Dalton Reed is here with us. Jeff Root and Dalton will be with you tonight for play-by-play and color. Cooper Darr taking his last hiatus of the season, and he'll be back with us next week when the Badgers return to Arkadelphia High School and All Care Field at Badger Stadium for homecoming. Tonight, the Badgers are in Bauxite, and we are in the old Bauxite gym, broadcasting high above the pit as the Badgers will take on the Miners tonight in this 4A7 conference matchup. Chris Babb here, Dalton Reed. Dalton, the Badgers coming off of the tough 24-23 loss against Nashville at home last week. First road conference game of the season against a Bauxite team that's 3-1 with a couple of good wins over Magnolia and Monticello. This is a game the Badgers need to kind of get out early, put last week behind them, and get a first conference win of the season.
Yeah, Bab, this is going to come down to, turning the page and who can turn the page the fastest. You look at this Arkadelphia team, they have the loss against Nashville. They've got to be able to put that behind them, run the offense, be fluid on defense, get out early in this game, establish dominance on the road, and then go from there and solidify the win. The Badgers will...
Let's see. There we go. Now, we got to tell you a little bit about tonight. Jeff Root will be on in a little bit, and he will be giving you a little bit more than normal. Our vantage point doesn't you can see the clock right there in your left screen, but the one who runs the clock normally cannot see the clock. We are in the old Bauxite gym overlooking the stadium. Good view for Jeff and Dalton tonight. Our camera operator, Aubrey Hahn, is just down to the left of us, and she will get to see most of the field. And so we do ask for your patience tonight if the camera is a little bit shaky periodically, because she's going to have a job in front of her trying to adjust. We do welcome those of you who are fans of the Bauxite Miners watching tonight's broadcast. We know that their streaming service that they had used has had some issues, and so their athletic director had asked Jason Jones if we could pass on the link for the broadcast tonight. And so we're glad if you are following the Miners, if you are watching this broadcast as well. Dalton, when you take a look at Class 4A, there's a shakeup last week, obviously, with Arkadelphia losing to Nashville in what people thought going into the conference slate. This is a 4A7 conference that has Malvern, Nashville, Bauxite, and Harmony Grove at 1-0. The other four teams 0-1. It's not late in the season. You still have plenty of time to come back, but this second conference game is big for each team as they want to position themselves for the playoffs. The Inside Badger Football, if you watch that each week on the standings, we have a cut line basically for the top five and then the three below that. But the Badgers really do, and Badgers, Genoa Central, Ashdown, and Fountain Lake all want to come away with victories tonight. It's going to be tough for both Genoa and Ashdown to do that since they play each other. But this second week of conference season is important for teams all across the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, it really is. You look at the second week of conference play, Chris, and, the teams that do suffer a loss in the week one of conference play can recover. You get two conference losses with only the top five teams going to the playoff. You start to really worry, and I think that's what we look at with the Badgers here tonight. You've got that one conference loss to Nashville, and it really puts a damper on everything else. Now, crazier things have happened. Arkadelphia could, in theory, still win the conference. Nashville could win out and go win the conference themselves. But that first week is so important, and in my opinion, the second week, as you said, is more important when it comes to, okay, are you 1-1, 2-0, or 0-2 when it comes to that?
Well, and for Arkadelphia, they are really just needing to respond. It was the first time in 15 games that the Badger players have had to figure out how to handle a loss. That doesn't happen very often. You go 15 weeks of football without losing a game. That's what the Badgers are having to do. Coach Shucker talks about in the interview that we'll have in a little bit, we'll hear in a little bit, that he likes the way they've responded in practice, and that's what it is going to be. It's how will Arkadelphia respond against a team that is in Bauxite is 3-1.
Yeah, you look at that, and Bauxite being 3-1, and Badger also being 3-1 after that loss last week, and response can be a big thing. It can be a response in a very positive way. They come out, they're energetic, or they come out and their mind is still set on last week. And I think that really will be determined within the first quarter. You look at last week, just a glimpse, obviously, that you have 2 defensive scores in a 1-point game. That's going to become major. And then, everybody has been talking, maybe the 2-point call at the end, whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, the Badgers put themselves in a situation where it came down to that. So response will be massive coming into this game for both teams. You look at Bauxite, they have nothing to lose. And so if Bauxite can solidify an offense against that Badger front 7, if they want to try to run the ball, best of luck to them. But you look at everything that's within a whole, and this is shaping up to be a great game that is very physical. Obviously, there's a couple injuries on the Bauxite side that I think could affect this game in the latter half, but they've got some linemen. Arkadelphia's got some skilled players. Looking forward to this one.
And they've responded to those injuries nicely. Coach Shucker and I talk about that in the pregame show here in a few minutes, and that's what we will hear after the break. After this timeout on the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show, we will hear from Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. That interview brought to you by ATO Automotive. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. The Badgers and the Miners from the pit here in about 20 minutes, and we are here to bring it to you. Glad to be here in Bauxite this evening. We'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this timeout.
There's a lot of banks out there, but there's not many like Southern Bancorp. You see, we're more than a bank in both who we are and what we do. Sure, we offer accounts and loans for you to bank and borrow for today, but we can also do more to help you build for tomorrow, like credit building, home ownership, small business support, and more. So no matter the financial story, we can help because that's what we do. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb here with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview brought to you each week by ATO Automotive. Give them a call at 870-210-5269 or stop by their location on Pine Street to see how they can help you with your ride when it's not going like it should. Chris Babb here with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. And Coach, we talked about it on the Inside Badger Football, but we've not had to come to do one of these after a loss in a long time. Yep. And that's both a good thing and it could be a bad thing. It just depends on how you respond from a loss. And so part of a loss is how the team responds, and part of that response comes in practice. And tell us about the week in practice and how you see the mentality of the team.
Yeah, I can tell that our kids are going to be ready to play tonight. I think that our kids are going to respond really well. I think our kids have kind of been in the mentality of ready to get back on a Friday night and go get back after it. and kind of just reprove ourselves, to our own self. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can tell that, we've had a good week of practice. But I can tell that they're just ready for Friday to get back after it on a Friday night and to try to set things right.
You go back to that game against Nashville. It was a 1-point game, and anytime there's a 1-point game, you go back and say, this play, this play, this play. To me, that was a microcosm of when your coach tells a team that any play, whether it's in the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, or even first, can end up being the difference in the game. And it was a matter of 2 or 3 plays going Nashville's way that ended up being the big difference in that game.
Yeah, and not only did it go their way, it went all their way on those specific plays.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things like we tell our kids, everything matters. Every single play matters. Every rep matters. Everything you do in practice. Every moment from the time that we have them matters, from the focus, the way they prepare, and all that leads to how they execute, right? How they execute in practice is how they're going to execute in the game. We hope, because we did have a really good week of practice. And so it's just one of those things that you've got to be the best team every single day of the week. It's one of those things that we reiterate. And through these situations, the kids are able to learn that. We always talk to them about, when we start practice on Monday, we want to beat our opponent that day. Our opponent is practicing for us. We want to have a better practice than them. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, same deal. We want to have better practices than whoever we're playing that week. I thought that we did that. I thought we had great practices. But then even still through all that, you've got to be the best team Friday night. And we were not Friday night, and that's, why we got the result that we got. We got to be the best team every day of the week, and especially on Friday.
Conference play in the second week. We're at Bauxite, so first conference game on the road, third road game of the season. Coach, let's talk about tonight's game against the Bauxite Miners. Bauxite 3-1. Had a high-scoring game last week in which they defeated Fountain Lake. This is a team that has dealt with injuries the last 2 years. This year was no different, but they seem to have responded to injuries and found people in places where they've still been able to be successful.
Yeah, and not only are they 3-1, they've got some good wins. They beat a Magnolia team that Magnolia beat Nashville,
right? The
team that we just played. And so I consider that a good win. Upper classification team. And then they beat Monticello. Monticello, I think, is a really good win. Monticello preseason was picked to do well in their own conference in the 8-4A. And then getting the first win in the conference against Fountain Lake. Starting it off right. So, we've got to be ready to play and go execute tonight. We've got to come back, and we've got to have the fire in us, and we've got to get after it. We've got to play Badger football. That's really what we got to do tonight and get back after it.
Part of – you talked about their wins, and part of going into a game seems like the mental aspect is so big because wins – can make you better than you think, make you play better than you actually are. Losses can have the opposite effect. So it seems like tonight the mentality of your team is very important as going into a place where the home team has a lot of confidence.
No doubt. They do have a lot of confidence, and they're playing at their place. And so we're going to play a team that's ready to play their best football tonight. And so we've got to make sure that we're doing the same thing. That's kind of been the whole thing all week to our team is we're going to get their best game. From their side of it, they're going to think that we're down, and they're going to try to kick us while we're down. That's just kind of what we get.
Right.
That's just how it goes. And so we've got to come out and we've got to play our best game tonight, plain and simple.
Let's talk about personnel for Bauxite. Eli Perry was the quarterback. He was injured. They bring another quarterback in, and the offense has been rolling and scoring points. What do you expect to see offensively for Bauxite tonight?
They're going to get into a lot of different formations, and they're going to try to find a way to get the ball on the edge. And they'll do some different pass concepts here and there, but they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground and get the ball on the edge. And I expect them to try to hold on to the ball as long as possible tonight. I don't think they're going to be too much worried about creating explosives. I think they're going to just try to keep the chains going, keep our offense off the field, and Ultimately, yeah, they're trying to score points, but I think they're going to try to do it in a very controlled, methodical fashion tonight.
Defensively, the Badgers have seen some really good defensive fronts. Nashville's defensive front, as I was talking before, surprised me at the disruption they were able to cause.
Yep.
What do you expect to see from Bauxite defensively tonight?
Yeah, they're going to get in different fronts for us. They're going to give us three down fronts with three defense linemen. They're going to give us a 4-down look where they get 4 guys on the line of scrimmage, and I think they're going to mix it up. I think they're going to be twisting. I think they're going to be stunting. I think they're going to be bringing pressure on us, finding different ways to create pressure. They've played almost all of their opponents differently. And so it's been very difficult to really get a beat on what we're going to see offensively. So we've kind of prepared for it all in a way, and which is fine. Doesn't worry us in the slightest. The biggest thing is going and executing. Okay, identifying how they are lined, identifying our calls and making our calls, making sure we're all on the same page, and then playing fast and executing. I mean, if we can do that tonight, I think we're going to be just fine.
Well, Coach Shucker, thank you for taking your time out to join us. This interview with Coach Trey Shucker brought to you each week by ATO Automotive, 870-210-5269. We will be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this time out on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!"
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 Exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
The Board of Directors at South Central Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fulfill a need other internet providers were not able to provide in our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.net or call 855-269-3429.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Bats and Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia, call Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Located at 214 North 25th Street in Arkadelphia, Providence Veterinary Care is a full-service clinic offering complete medical care for your pets, including preventative care, routine surgery, and in-house diagnostics. Our staff at Providence Veterinary Care is filled with passionate animal lovers who are highly trained and dedicated to making sure that your pets receive care and compassion every time they walk in the door. Visit us or give us a call at 870-464-1305. Providence Veterinary Care. Compassionate care, modern medicine.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb, Dalton Reed here. About 6.5 minutes to kickoff from the pit at Bauxite High School. The Badgers and the Miners in this 4A7 conference matchup. You see the Bauxite cheerleaders on the field, the Badgers in the top left corner. And again, we will remind you that you're not going to see a clock on the screen tonight. Jeff Root will have to revert to his old radio days and tell you how much time is left in the game, but I think Jeff remembers his radio days quite well. Chris Babb, Dalton Reed here before we turn it over to Jeff. Dalton, Bauxite has scored a lot of points, and a lot of that is because they do have up on the offensive line Evan Goodwin, a 4-star offensive tackle, listed in the ESPN 300, transferred to Bauxite from Pulaski Academy before this season, has committed to Southern Methodist University, seeing him on the field before the game. He is a large fella, and you would expect that from a 4-star offensive lineman. You have to expect that that Bauxite will try to go behind him. To me, that brings up an interesting matchup. He looked like he was on the left side of that line. It brings up an interesting matchup between Goodwin and one of the best defensive linemen that we've seen. We're a little bit biased, though, and Xavier Williams, to see that chess match, to see how they match up a strong offensive lineman against a strong defensive lineman for Arkadelphia.
Yeah, you look at Goodwin, obviously, you said committed to SMU. According to Rivals, he's 6'7", 325 pounds. And I was watching him during warm-ups, Bab, and his guard that stands next to him comes up to like his shoulder pad.
Yeah, he's a large
guy.
Man.
But you talk about running behind him, staging offense behind him, and then you look at the other side is X. Does Arkadelphia switch something defensively where you put X on the other side? What do you do there? And so that will be a chess match all night. And I think both offensively and defensively, the teams have thought about that. And they're like, okay, this is how we're going to look at this. This is how we can attack on this side and on this side and whatever it may be. And so I'm looking forward to that. Henderson has been big offensively for the Miners, just being able to pursue the ball on the ground. And so looking for Henderson to run behind Goodwin tonight to be the offense for the Miners.
Offensively for Arkadelphia, the story's been the same the first 4 games of the season. Just the prolific offense that the Badgers had last year has just not been there, and I know that they're ready to get that going. It will be interesting to see what they do against a Bauxite defense that has also given up points. 46-39 last week against Fountain Lake. The Arkadelphia offensive line has given up some pressure. Last week we saw that against Nashville. So one thing I'll be interested to see is how does Arkadelphia look to attack the Bauxite defense?
Yeah, and you look at that offensively from last year into this year, and we're just waiting for that offense to explode. And I would say this, the 4 defensive lines they have played has been the 4 best defensive lines, within their schedule, if you ask me. Obviously, the 3 big non-conference games and then a scrappy defensive line for Nashville last week. But you look at that, and it's really just calming McCoy down, McCoy being calm and just able to solidify how he plans to get the ball out quickly. You look at Orion Roberts, who has been a solid receiver there for the Badgers. Getting the ball on the ground, you look at Moody, you look at Whitaker. Obviously, those 2 guys have been big for the Badgers when it comes offensively, and just expanding those. There's other receivers like Meekin, that have been a set of sure hands that has helped the Badgers. But as I welcome Jeff Root on, Jeff, it's good to be in this great historic gym we're in right now. Adds to the story, and ready for some Badger Miner football here shortly.
Oh, you know what? I just love this. I mean, I really do. This is so much fun to just kind of invent a way to do a broadcast. We got a lot of help from the Bauxite folks here. They know that we want to have a high perch, so they gave us one. They gave us a couple of windows. Down from us, you're seeing the video come from one window. We're calling the game from another window, but I love it because I like to come to Bauxite. It is It is so much fun to see a historic stadium for football, much like you'd see Wrigley Field for baseball, Fenway Park for baseball. This is a historic place, and you got to feel the history when you walk in. It's turf, of course, so the field itself is in wonderful shape. But I tell you what, I love the etching that they've made. They call it the pit. After all, they are named for bauxite miners. My grandfather was a bauxite miner, so I have appreciation for that as well. It's going to be a whale of a game as bauxite. Dalton, as you have been saying, as Chris has been saying, this is a team that continues to improve.
Yeah, they really do, Dr. Root. You look at how they've played, and you look at who they have played, and it just seems to be every week that they just continue to improve. And that's what you want from a good football team. Good football teams don't peak in August or September. They peak latter half of October into November, moving into the playoffs. And like Bab and I talked on the pregame show, sponsored by Southern Bancorp, is this second week of conference is big, and it's big for a lot of reasons. And so you find these two teams are in two different areas of the conference. You've got Bauxite 1-0, looking to continue that win streak. Arkadelphia trying to respond from the loss last week at home against Nashville.
Yeah, I think Arkadelphia is going to be ready to do exactly that, but of course they're going to have to beat a better Bauxite team than they normally have faced. Arkadelphia has dominated this series, including last year, 49-7 win, and yet Bauxite comes in with the great respect of everybody that they have faced. A big win over Magnolia, of course a conference win last week, and so they're coming in with some confidence. They're coming in with some size, better speed than they've had in the past. I think this is going to be a very interesting contest. Bauxite and Arkadelphia entering the field now. I want to say thank you to you, Dalton, for joining us on Color Commentary. Also want to say thank you to Aubrey Hahn, who is our video shooter for the first time in a unique situation, and she's a real trooper. We're excited about the fact that she's going to bring you this contest. And we know we've got some Bauxite viewers because the Bauxite live stream is down, we hear, so we're glad to have you join us. And a lot of Arkadelphia. Ouachita's tomorrow, sorry. Arkadelphia, a lot of fans right here in the visitor stands, a lot of folks watching from home. Want to say hi to the Stricklands, Lee Ann, of course, Russell, always watching the Badgers. There's the kickoff. It's going to go to the 40-yard line where it's covered up. No surprise, Dalton, they're not going to kick deep against Arkadelphia. The return men are too dangerous.
Yeah, you look at the return men, obviously multiple special team touchdowns this year for the Badgers. So, it's smart to kick it there. And I will say one thing before we get started. Please be gracious with us tonight. The camera situation is not the best, and Aubrey will have to move the camera depending on where the ball is in the field. So please just bear with us as we bring you this Badgers Minor 47 conference matchup.
We're underway now. The ball at the 41-yard line. It is first down and 10, Arkadelphia. Good field position to get started. The quarterback is Bryce Meekin getting a start tonight. Here is a run right up the middle, and it's going to be a gain. That's Whitaker on the carry, and he'll go out to the 43-yard line and pick up of a couple on first down. Second down, 8 yards to go. We knew we'd see some Meekin tonight. We'll probably see some McCoy a little bit later on as well. Meekin at quarterback, talented guy. Hasn't played all that many varsity minutes at quarterback, but he's a talented quarterback. He led the team last year as a ninth grader. Here is a run for a short gain across the 45 to the 46-yard line, a pickup of 3. Third down and 5 for Arkadelphia. And the Badgers are set up. Now they're going to mark it at the 47. Nice gain of 4, so it's third down and 4 yards to go for Arkadelphia.
Yeah, Badgers had trips to that far side the entire time, and now they'll look to throw the ball here and spread the field out.
Meekin wants to pass, but he can run it, and he does so. He's got yardage. That's a first down across the 50 to the 46-yard line of Bauxite. He looks like a prototypical tall passing quarterback, but he can run the ball.
Yeah, great run there by Meekin, able to evade the pressure there. The defensive tackle's able to work through. Meekin goes through his progressions, doesn't see anything, advances the first down with his legs.
7-yard gain on third down and 4. Arkadelphia has a first down and 10. Roberts is coming to the bottom of your screen. And the Badgers, long snap count. Now they're going to throw the ball. Here's a short pass, incomplete. Bit of a crowd there. Tried to get it to Arkadelphia's Cam Archer, but it's incomplete, his first pass of the game. We're just underway. First quarter action. First possession of the game belongs to Arkadelphia. They started with good field position because of a short kickoff, purposefully short kickoff. And now they've picked up one first down. But on second down and 10, they'll line up again. And they're going to hand off. Here is a run up the middle. Well defended, but a broken tackle. Another break, and he's up to the 40-yard line. Good run by Caden Wilkerson.
Yeah, Whitaker there on the run. And you noticed when they set up offensively, they set up a bunch set on this right-hand side, and then Whitaker was able to come in behind that bunch set and get that yardage there, set up a 3rd and short here.
Caden Whitaker is lined up just behind his quarterback and to the left, and he's going to run it again. And on 3rd down, he's going to make yardage, and I think it just depends on the spot, but I think he's going to have this. They're going to spot it closer to the 35-yard line. Good running in traffic.
Yeah, that was great there by Whitaker, able to keep his legs moving, and that's another Welch first down, Welch Funeral Home first down there for the Badgers.
2 minutes into the game, about the 35-yard line of Bauxite. Arkadelphia first down and 10. Passing situation. He'll throw to the sideline. Beautiful pass. Good catch. Getting yardage after the catch. Maddox Finley, who is a captain tonight, is inside the 10-yard line. First down and goal.
Yeah, great there. Great run after the catch, but Meekin able to get the ball there, and that's another Welch Funeral Home first down.
Really fine pass and an excellent run, fighting off defenders, making extra yardage. So it's first down and goal, about the 9-yard line. The Badgers line up, still 4 wide receivers and 1 running back. They're going to give it to the running back. He's going to look for some space. He's got some space. To the 5, he's near the goal line. They're going to call him down at the 1-yard line. On the carry for Arkadelphia was Mario Brownlee. And it's second down and goal from the 1. Second down and goal from the 1. Arkadelphia lines up. Brownlee is still the running back to the right of his quarterback, Bryce Meekin. 1 wide receiver blocking backs to the wide side of the field. They're going to run right at Bauxite and make the touchdown. That's a touchdown, Arkadelphia. First drive of the game is a score for the Badgers from 59 yards. They are right down the field and into the end zone in 9 plays. Okay, we've got a window to look through. Were you able to see the touchdown?
Yes, I was. The great run there by Brownlee to punch it in. Didn't get it in on the first time. Got it in on the second. We'll have the PAT from Seth Molinari.
Molinari's kick is up, and boy, we've got a nice view of it right here in front of the window, and it is good. So Arkadelphia takes a 7-0 lead. First drive of the game results in a touchdown for the Badgers. 9 minutes, 4 seconds left. We're early in the game, but the Badgers are looking strong so far. Arkadelphia Badgers football will continue after this.
You belong at Patterson Federal Credit Union. No matter your financial needs, Patterson has products to help. We offer all types of accounts, loans, certificates, and financial counseling. Patterson is also a strong supporter of the Arkadelphia School District. We provide food for students in need, have donated funds for additional security measures, and can always be counted on when a need arises for students and staff. Serving Clark County for over 67 years, we pride ourselves on providing the highest quality service to our members and our community. Join us soon. You belong here.
Okay, so we know we have a light standard that might get in the way when the Badgers are driving down near the goal line. I'll give you a little radio for that you can't see. But we're glad to be up high, so we've got a better view of this than we would have if we were down on the visitor side as we were the last time we were here. So we are thankful to the folks at Bauxite for making this available. Here's a return from the 9-yard line up to the 20-yard line. He retreats looking for another route, and he goes down. I think they're going to mark it inside the 20. Good kick coverage.
Yeah, Emery Moore there on the return there for the Miners. Good tackle there in open space for the Badgers. And Bauxite will take over 1st and 10. We'll have our first look at that offensive line that we talked about in the pregame show. And then let's see who comes out at quarterback for the Miners.
It is not going to be hard to spot the left tackle because he's 6'7", 320, and a high Division I prospect. And he lines up. They do like to run the ball, but they can throw. Here is a running play on 1st down. Hesitation in the backfield. He's going to make some yardage, but not much. They're going to call him down right at the 20-yard line, a gain of only 1. They'll run right at Arkadelphia, test that defensive line, but that defensive line has played well so far this year. We expect that to be the case again tonight. Right tackle, superhuman size, lines up. Long snap count. They're going to drop the ball. They're going to fall on it, though. It's going to be a loss, but Bauxite recovers the fumble, and they will keep it. We don't have a number for the quarterback. He is number 24, and that is not a name on our roster. We don't have it in the roster that we were given before. A late change, I guess, and who was going to play quarterback. We expected Sam Combs, who is a sophomore quarterback. They did have an injury to their starter, the coach's son. Ball back at the 14-yard line. It is 3rd down and 15. He wants to pass. Back to throw. Under pressure, he'll throw a pass. That's complete. Nice play. Just gets up to the 25-yard line, though. That looked like it was going to be nothing. He turned it into a gain, but it's 4th down and 4 yards to go. Bauxite at its own 25-yard line.
Yeah, he finds Hildebrand there for the reception after he's able to roll out and evade a little bit of pressure. Big 4th down here for Bauxite on their first offensive possession.
And they appear to be ready to go for it. At their own 25, I would expect a quick kick. Let's see what they want to do. Arkadelphia is counting players, trying to make sure everybody's covered.
And that's Combs that come in at quarterback.
There you go. They're going to change the formation. Combs looks like he might punt, and he will. The kick is downfield, no one deep to cover, and it takes a big Bauxite bounce, which is very helpful. It's going to bounce about 25 yards, all the way down to the Arkadelphia 25-yard line. They got a great bounce on a short kick. Very effective, though, as Combs, the sophomore quarterback, came in to kick the ball away, and he did flip the field.
Yeah, that's big for the defense of Bauxite not having their back against a wall. You look at offensively, Arkadelphia able to drive that first possession. We'll see if they can do the same here on the second possession, Dr. Root.
Badgers have the ball at their own 25-yard line. They have split the receivers from one sideline to another, really spreading out the defense. And a running play. This is going to be a short run, but a gain for Whitaker. He was tripped up as he tried to break it wide. Going to have positive yardage, but not a big gain. They're going to spot it at the 27-yard line for a pickup of just 2. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Yeah, Badgers using this tempo that they found successful here in the non-conference slate with Meekin at quarterback.
Arkadelphia will get the ball out to the flat, and it's going to be a gain. There's a catch and a gain up to the 35-yard line.
Richards there with the catch for Meekin, and that's short passes have been a great way the Badgers have been able to go offensively this season. We'll see if those short passes can take a deep shot every once in a while.
3rd down, and they just need 1. There is a running play. It's going to pick up the 1st down and more. That's Whitaker this time. He'll go all the way to the 45-yard line.
And that's another Welch Funeral Home 1st down there for Caden Whitaker. I love how Whitaker's always falling forward. When he has the ball, he is going to get positive yards. Even as he was getting tackled there, he was keeping his feet moving forward, his head in front of his toes going forward.
Arkadelphia scored on its first possession, a 9-play, 59-yard drive, and now they have picked up a 1st down on their second possession, and they put the ball at the 45-yard line. They've gained 20 yards already on this drive. 5:54 left. We're in the first quarter. And Arkadelphia does lead at 7-0. Pause in the action. Change in offensive personnel, change in defensive personnel. A couple of Bauxite players checked out, a couple new ones checked in. It is.
And they're resetting the chains.
All right. They have reset the chains.
To 2nd and 1, it seems.
I don't see that. They had a 3rd down and 1 from the 34 and made a 1st down at the 45. And so it's going to be 2nd and 1. That's the call. Here's a pass play. It is complete. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch, and there's a 1st down. About the 40-yard line.
Another Welch Funeral Home 1st down there. Cam Archer on the reception, and here come the Badgers with some tempo. We'll see if they can continue to spread the field out and open up that play-action game with Whitaker and Moody in the backfield.
Gain of 15 on the play. Just a bullet pass across the middle. Meekin will hand off this time. Behind blocking a little bit of yardage. They're going to push him backwards this time. Whitaker got forward progress, though, near the 35-yard line. They're going to, well, not quite as close as I thought. They'll mark it at the 37, a gain of 3. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Clock running at 5:13 left in the first quarter. Arkadelphia with a 7-0 lead, looking to stretch that lead out so far in a nice-looking drive. On 2nd down, they want to pass. Throw across the middle, batted up in the air and incomplete.
That pass was intended there for Cam Archer. That's number 3 for Bauxite. That's Bernie Fox that broke that one up there in the middle of the field.
He got back there just in time, got a hand up, and made a good play. So Bauxite has held Arkadelphia to 3rd and long now, between 7 and 8 yards they'll need for a 1st down. Meekin, with a running back next to him, look to the sideline. Whitaker's the running back next to him. To the bottom of your screen, that's Caden Richards, and also for Arkadelphia, Cam Archer. They want to pass, though, to the other side, incomplete. Crowd there, and they couldn't get it to Roberts. They wanted Roberts on the slant pattern. It's 4th down, and I'm going to call it 7 from the 37.
And you look at this situation, it's too long to kick a field goal, Molinari, but too short to punt. So you're kind of in the no man's land where I really think you have to go for it. And even though, we're 4:56 left to go in the first quarter, this is a gamble right here for the Badgers.
Badgers line up, 4th down and 7. They're sending a 4-man rush in, pass to the flat, incomplete. Archer had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. I think he just looked upfield a little bit too fast. So catchable ball that wasn't caught. Arkadelphia has turned it over on downs. That's a big, big thing for Bauxite. If the Bauxite Miners, having struggled against Arkadelphia for a number of years now, had fallen down by 2 touchdowns, that would have been meaningful. Now this Bauxite offense back on the field, a bit better field position. They have a chance to drive and even tie the game.
Yeah, that you do. You look at this, and they're staying in this game. They're able to get the defensive stop there. Yes, they gave up the score on the first possession, but a defensive stop can really start a lot of momentum for an offense, and really, really good field position here near midfield for the Miners.
Ball at the 37-yard line. The Miners get started. Same quarterback, and we do not have his name on the roster. We're sorry about that. We're not actually in the press box, so it's going to take a moment to get that information. Run up the middle for a short gain. They'll spot it down at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 2, 2nd down, 8 yards to go. We do think we might see Combs, the sophomore quarterback, at some point. Their starter, of course, injured.
Yeah,
and
Perry
is on the
injured.
sideline, but on crutches. Coach's son, Perry, unable to play tonight. Here is a run and not much of anywhere to go. He made a nice cut, but the linebackers got there. And it's 3rd down and long.
3rd and long here, like you said, and good run there, but just not enough to get the first down. So we'll have to see what they can come up with on 3rd and medium here against this Badger defense. Badger's been playing good up front, letting the linebackers feel where they need to feel, and safety's coming in and making the tackle.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. Ball at the Bauxite 40. The Miners line up with 3:51 left. Clock running. We're in the first quarter. Arkadelphia leads it 7-0. They want to throw the ball. He's going to run to his right, look downfield. He could run, but he's going to stop and fire it down the field and overthrow his intended receiver. He thought the receiver was going to continue to run deep. He stopped and turned to look at his quarterback, and the timing was off. I thought he might have been able to run for a first down, Dalton, but he elected to try to get the big play, and it did not work.
Yeah, over on that far side, he had quite a bit of room there. He could have ran for the first down, in my opinion, but elected to throw the deep ball and severely overthrew it. So now Bauxite is now in another punting situation. Arkadelphia defense doing what they do best, and that is getting 3 and out. So it looks like the actual punter, number 36, that's Zeke Young, going to be coming out for the punt here for the Miners.
They got a great bounce last time, so this time Arkadelphia sends 2 return men deep to try to keep the ball from bouncing down the field again. Almost blocked by Williams. It's going to be a high bouncing ball and returned from the 30-yard line, maybe the 31, and they're going to call him down.
Yeah, he signaled for a fair catch right before he let that one bounce, so that will be ruled right where he caught it at.
So he essentially just downed the ball as opposed to being able to run it.
Yes, since he called for the fair catch.
Ball at the 31-yard line. Arkadelphia takes over, 1st down and 10. 3:37 left, first quarter. Arkadelphia leads it 7-0. The Badgers scored on their very first drive, and they went 9 plays, 59 yards for that score. On the last drive, they started at the 25-yard line, got to the 37 of Bauxite, and ran out of downs. Now they'll start over at their own 31-yard line. Meekin still at quarterback. He wants to hand off, and he will. There is a running play off tackle. He breaks the tackle, and he's got a good speed. This is Brownlee. He's got one man to beat. He won't beat him, but a big gain all the way to the 35-yard line of Bauxite.
What a run there by Brownlee. A Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers. Great offensive blocking, great vision by Brownlee, and that is a massive, massive play there for the Badgers.
They're going to spot him at the 36-yard line of Bauxite. Whitaker will come in. Brownlee gets a bit of rest after that long run. And they're going to hand off to Whitaker. He looks for a hole. He's hit by 2, 3 Miners, and he'll fall down with a short gain. They're going to spot that at the 32-yard line. So that's a pickup of 4.
This run game has been very, very prolific for the Badgers in this first quarter. Obviously, Meekin at quarterback, you think you're going to be a little bit more run-heavy, but Meekin able to use his legs and arm to get this toss here to Whitaker.
He will toss it to Whitaker, who breaks a tackle. He's hit hard by a couple of defenders. He's got a gain, though. They'll spot it at the 24-yard line. That's a nice pickup. Not quite. Yeah, it is a first down. That is a first down and 10, Arkadelphia at the 24-yard line of Bauxite. 2:42 left in the first quarter.
Another Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers. Whitaker has been the back this game besides Brownlee with that big run.
You got a nice picture now right in front of our window. They're going to hand it off to Whitaker. Nice dance step in the middle. Now he'll cut it up the field and make some yardage on first down. Let's see where they spot that. I think they're going to say he was down at the 21. Between the 21 and 22. Let's call it the 21. We're going to be generous here. Gain of 3. Second down, 7 yards to go for the Badgers. Running game has been very, very good for Arkadelphia. Meekin has thrown some nice passes as well. On second down, he wants to throw the ball. He'll throw it into the flat, but the ball is batted down. Well defended. Defender got high and batted it down. Now, Meekin's not a short quarterback, but that defender got high to tip the ball down.
Yeah, that was Caden Sprague that came in for the Miners and was able to get his hands up. And they say if you can't, get to the quarterback, the best thing you do is get your hands up. So Sprague does that. That was actually a corner blitz there from the Miners defense.
All right, third down, 7 yards to go, Arkadelphia. Ball at the 21 of Bauxite. Back to pass. They're going to put a blitz on again. He'll throw a short pass. It's caught by Whitaker. Some yardage after the catch near the 15-yard line. Short of a first down, but only a yard and a half away.
Yeah, great screen play there. Able to get some linemen downfield for Whitaker. He able to wrangle that ball in with one hand and then get yardage up to about a yard and a half short of the first down here.
Yeah, we're going to call it a yard. They're going to put the front of the football just touching the 20 or the 15-yard line, I should say. Fourth down, 1 for Arkadelphia. No running back in the formation. That's fascinating. And that has caused a timeout by Bauxite. I think the formation concerned the defensive coaches for Bauxite. They call a timeout.
Yeah, you look at that formation. Meekin in the backfield by himself. Obviously, a lot of receivers out, had a tight end in there. So very confusing there for Bauxite. Defensive coordinator calls a timeout there. But defensively, Bauxite's just got to hold up. Big fourth down here for the Badgers. They can convert this, and then they could have a fresh set of downs here in the red zone. So big play for both sides. And Jeff, this first quarter is going by very, very quickly.
1:25 left in the first quarter. Arkadelphia has dominated this quarter. They lead at 7-0. Arkadelphia, that touchdown on their first possession, second possession, a nice time-consuming drive, did not result in points. Bauxite, however, has had to punt twice in their 2 possessions.
Yeah, offensively, Bauxite got to figure something out there. So we'll have to see after this possession if they can come out offensively.
All right, Arkadelphia needs 1 yard or they're going to turn it over on downs again. They're not going to kick a field goal. They're going to go for it. 15-yard line of Bauxite. Meekin is the quarterback.
Got a bunch set to this side, double receivers to the far side.
Changed the formation from moments ago. Running play, up the middle it goes. He's going to have a first down. Excellent run. And the players got tangled up, and no harm, no foul there. First down, though. They're going to spot the ball at the 13-yard line. I thought he got more than 2, but 2 was enough. First down and 10 at the 13.
Welch Funeral Home there for Caden Whitaker. First down.
Tigers in the red zone. Here is a run play to the left side. Whitaker bounces it outside. He's got a chance. He's at the 5-yard line. He is in the end zone. I think officials, he got a call. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. On the far side, they were a little slow to signal, but here on the near side, we did get a signal. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. Badgers lead it by 2 touchdowns. Seth Melinari on the field for the extra point attempt. The score came with 1:04 left in the first quarter. That was play number 8 in the drive. Excellent drive by the Badgers. Extra point up, and it is good. It's Arkadelphia 14, Bauxite 0, 1:04 left. We're in the first quarter. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
It's always a great day to be a Badger, and it's always a great day to live, work, and play in Arkadelphia. More than 350 individuals, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, and business owners join together to make Arkadelphia stronger, better positioned, and a great place to call home through the Arkadelphia Alliance and Area Chamber of Commerce. You can be a part too and be all in for Arkadelphia and Clark County. Visit ArkadelphiaAlliance.com to find local resources, see a directory of current members, check out our member benefits, and join today.
1 minute, 4 seconds left. First quarter, Arkadelphia about to kick off. Bauxite looking for some offense. They don't have a first down. In their first 2 possessions, they have punted the ball away. Arkadelphia has 3 possessions and 2 touchdowns to show for it.
And that last touchdown really would have looked good on Knight Professional Replay, but shout out to Knight Insurance for sponsoring that replay. And don't have it tonight, but I'm sure that touchdown there by Whitaker to the far pylon would have looked good.
8 plays, 69 yards. Here's the kickoff. Thing will be returnable. Oh, my, he's losing yardage. He's hit inside the 5, and he'll go down. You just can't run sideways against the Badgers. They're too fast.
Yeah, that's Emery Moore there on the return for the Miners. The ball is going to be spotted at the 2.5-yard line.
On a kickoff return, a key mistake. We're going to call it the 3 where they're going to spot this. And so for Bauxite, they will start 97 yards away from a touchdown. Well, if you're Bauxite right now, I think you just want some first downs. You want to show that you're in the game and you've got an opportunity, even though you're down by 2 touchdowns 1 quarter into the contest. 57 seconds left in the quarter. We've had a good look at it from this side as the play has been mostly on the side of our camera. We appreciate that. But if they go to the left, this offense, we might lose it because of the light standard in front of us. Here's a running play right up the middle. Fumble. That ball is loose. It's fumbled, and Arkadelphia has recovered at the 1-yard line. And now Williams takes it into the end zone, but I think they called it down. Arkadelphia football at the 1-yard line after the fumble.
Yeah, they put Sam Combs in there at quarterback, it looked like, and fumble there, and that is a massive for the Arkadelphia defense. Just able to get a turnover, and if they can score right here, really blow this game apart.
Arkadelphia 1 yard away. We're making the tackle. The ball wound up on the turf. I hope you got a good look at that. We certainly did, right in front of us. And they're able to pick it up.
We definitely heard that it was a fumble from Dalton for sure. I do, Jeff. I'm going to hop on real here.
Sure.
Aubrey is being a champ tonight. We're glad to be able to stream. You can tell every once in a while when she has to move the camera. But shout out to Aubrey for being a trooper. She set up in a bathroom at the end of the old gym that we're in.
It was a ladies' room, we'll say that. All right, from the 1-yard line, first down and goal, Arkadelphia. Blocking backs in, power formation. Arkadelphia will come right at Bauxite. They'll run off to the left side, and it might be a touchdown. He might be down. I think they said a knee went down before he got in the end zone. Knee went down before he got in the end zone. Spot it down closer to the goal line, but still about a half-yard away. And a Bauxite Miner is going to hobble off the field, and a replacement will come in, so they'll stop the play for a second.
Yeah, another bunch formation here. Two down backs and 1 halfback. We'll have to see where they go with it.
Right back, same play. He'll bounce it outside and score. Arkadelphia gets the touchdown on a run by Q Morris. Excellent run. He's really good around the goal line, and he gets in for the score.
Yeah, another rushing touchdown here for the Badgers. And, last year we saw the Badgers air it out a lot. They've tried to do that here in the previous games, but just the good old 3 yards in a cloud of dust that turns into a lot more, and then a defensive turnover there to set this short possession up, and now Molinari on for the PAT.
Extra point attempt coming. He is just automatic on these. Just got to love it. Kick is up, and the kick is absolutely straight through. And so Arkadelphia now has a 21-0 lead over Bauxite. 17 seconds left. We're in the first quarter. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Ludwig's Bakery, it's a family affair. It always has been, dating back to 1920 in the original Ludwig's Bakery in South Dakota. Well, we're here in Arkadelphia now in our new location downtown right off of Caddo Street. Come visit us and enjoy our authentic, freshly baked German fare. For us, it's nostalgic and a source of pride, and we want to share it with you.
Kommen Sie uns morgen früh besuchen.
That's come visit us tomorrow morning, and we can get your weekend off to a great start. Ludwig's Bakery.
yard, but that 1 yard equals a touchdown for Arkadelphia. The score after the fumble by Bauxite makes it 21-0 Badgers over the Miners. 17 seconds left in a very eventful first quarter that has totally and completely been dominated by the Badgers.
Yeah, totally and dominant performance for the Badgers as that short possession there got them a touchdown, and now Emory Moore will bring it back out again.
He will take it from the 6-yard line across the middle of the field, going to be dragged down. He had some fight in him that time, Dalton, but he couldn't get back to the 20. Going to be knocked down at the 16.
Yeah, knocked down at the 16. That's where the Miners will take over and looking to get some offense going, and it looks as Combs will come out as the quarterback now here for the Miners. It's almost a 2-quarterback system, and their other quarterback, number 24, Wyatt Foreman, is a freshman. So the first quarterback you saw tonight for the Miners, Foreman, he is a freshman, and then Combs is a sophomore. So two very young quarterbacks here for the Badgers. Miners, excuse me there.
All right, first down, 10 yards to go for Bauxite at their own 16-yard line. Running play, and it's going to be a loss on the play. Ran to the right side, nowhere to go, and a loss on the play of 2. That is going to be the end of the first quarter, and the score is Arkadelphia 21, the Bauxite Miners 0. Bauxite will take over on the other end of the field. We'll have a little longer view of it. We're going to give you that action when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of that Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
With over 25 years of experience in the financial services industry, Bell Wealth Services believes in a face-to-face business model. Blake is a third-generation AHS grad and a lifelong Badger supporter. Value can mean different things for different situations. Bell Wealth Services aims to add value in any financial situation. Contact Bell Wealth Services at 870-464-1167 or at 408 Court Street. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, FINRA SIPC.
Our second quarter sponsor, Turner, Rogers, Manning, and Plyler. Very, very glad for all of our sponsors. Those guys are the sponsors of the second quarter. First quarter went quite well, didn't it, Dalton?
It sure did. 21 points there for the Badgers and a turnover there. You get a good, solid offensive possession, and if you're a Badger fan, you wanted to see that after last week. So great start for the Badgers, and now the Miners looking to get something going offensively here in the second quarter.
All right, once again, we're in a different kind of perch, but we are glad that we're up high and able to see the field pretty well and hopefully bring you an angle where you can see it as well. I'm going to tell you all about the time since we don't have a chance to hook up to the clock tonight. I'm going to give you the time, do a little bit of radio along with your video tonight. Here is a running play of flea flicker. The quarterback wants to throw it. He'll fire it long. He's got a receiver back there, and it's a completion to the 50, to the 45, and to the 50-yard line. That is going to be it. That is an excellent play. They had some time, Dalton, during the break to come up with something special to get the team back revved up again, get the Miners going, get something good happening, and they made it happen here on the first play of the second quarter.
Yeah, flea flicker there, able to get the defense rethinking themselves and then able to get the deep ball, and then yards after the catch there, that was Cole Witherington on the reception for the Miners.
Really good senior wide receiver. They got a lot of seniors on this team. Here is a running play. They're going to make it up to the 45. Nice trap block there on the left side.
Cole there on the carry, able to make it 2nd and 5 now, and this is the first time the Miners really had something going, and now they're going to run with some tempo here with Combs at quarterback.
Yeah, they're speeding it up a bit. Here's a running play up the middle this time, and there's nowhere to go this time. Gang tackled by the Badgers. Several Badgers in on the tackle, and I think he lost part of that 5 they gained on first down. Going to be a loss of 2 back to the 47-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 7. 4-down territory, though, I would assume.
Very much so. You know, you're in the second quarter down 21 across midfield. Definitely 4-down territory. We'll see if Coach Kaiser dials up any pressure here on 3rd down.
Combs has just checked out of the game, and the young man with a number that is not on our roster has just checked in. Now we've got an update. Wyatt Foreman, thank you very much. Bauxite got us that name and number. There's a running play up the middle. It's short of the first down, but a nice gain on third, so it's 4th and short.
4th and super short here for the Miners. Obviously, offense stays on the field. Foreman still at quarterback. I expect him to run behind Evan Goodwin right here.
That is not going to be a surprise if that happens. Mr. Goodwin, 6'7", 320. High Division I prospect. They need 1 yard. And he does run. The running quarterback is close to a first down. I think he might have it where I see the spot just over the 40-yard line. First down for Bauxite. That is a big play. 2 first downs on this drive are the first 2 first downs of the game for Bauxite. First down at 10. They're going to spot it at the Arkadelphia 39-yard line. And they're going to leave in Foreman at quarterback. Number 24, not a number you normally see at quarterback, but they moved some things around because their starter Perry was injured and is on crutches on the sideline. That happened a couple of weeks ago.
You got to do what you got to do to make it work, and that's what Bauxite has done here about this quarterback situation as they hand it off here on first down.
Running play is not going to get much on the left side. Running the ball was Brody Cole, one of their seniors, good player, but he ran into a couple of Badgers and couldn't get very much. And call that a gain of 1 to the 38.
And you talk about this Badger front seven. Their run defense has been stellar all season. They had a little bit trouble controlling Hobson last week against Nashville, but looking good here within this first half.
Xavier Williams is lined up now against the big tackle for Bauxite. Here's a pass play. Throw to the flat. There's a good throw and a good catch and a first down. That was well played. Tackle made after the catch, but it's still a first down for Bauxite. This is a nice drive for the Miners.
Yeah, Witherington, he had the catch on the flea flicker on the first play of the second quarter. He has the catch there. That looks to be Foreman's favorite target thus far in this 4A7 conference matchup.
13-yard gain, first down and 10 at the Arkadelphia 25-yard line. Badgers lead it by 3 touchdowns. 8:45 left. We're in the second quarter. Clock running, but Bauxite is moving the football. They started this drive at their own 16-yard line, now at the 25-yard line of Arkadelphia. And they're going to hand off coming to the left side, caught from behind and dragged down at the line of scrimmage will be the runner, and that's Cole again.
Yeah, that McClure there comes in from his in spot to make the tackle on the opposite side. So great pursuit there by Skylar McClure, getting that tackle and setting up second long.
Yeah, going to give him 1 yard. Second down, 9 yards to go. They look to the sideline to get the call. So had some good passes on this drive. One trick play that got big yardage, and they've been able to run the ball reasonably well. Back to pass, under some pressure. The quarterback scrambling, now firing and throwing the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Xavier Williams there on the pressure. Good decision there from Foreman just to throw it away, not give up the sack and make it 3rd and long. But 3rd and decently long here, but 3rd and manageable.
Might have had a run-pass option there, but there was nowhere to run and nobody open to pass it to, so he just threw the ball away. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. 8:57 left. Clock stopped momentarily. Bauxite not in a hurry. They were running tempo earlier. They're going to slowly set up this time. Foreman at quarterback. Wants to roll to his right. Looking downfield for a receiver. He'll throw the ball. That's a nice throw and catch to the 8-yard line. What a beautiful throw for a nice gain. Bryce Bearden on the catch.
Yeah, the 3 big chunk plays here in this drive have been passes to Witherington and then that one to Bearden. So Arkadelphia, you got to bring that pressure a little bit more on the corners and maybe figure out something with the safeties if they can hold firm here on 1st and goal.
Going to spot the ball at the 9-yard line, 1st down and goal. Again, if they run this pattern to the right corner of the end zone, I'll tell you about it, but I don't think you'll be able to see it from where the camera sits and where the light standard is in front of it. Running play to the left, though, is going to be a loss.
Yeah, Jane Banks that gets caught in the backfield there. Great pursuit by the Arkadelphia defensive line, able to get there and the loss of 1.
Yeah, they're going to mark it all the way back to the 12. Loss of 3. 2nd down and goal from the 12-yard line. Now they'll look to the sideline. Foreman's looked very good throwing the ball on this drive, and they're going to send back into the game one of their fine receivers. That Bryce Bearden is back in.
He had the catch there on the third down to get the first down, to put the first and goal, just to play a go.
He'll line up at the bottom of the screen along with Gavin Hildebrand. Receiver at the top of the screen as well, and they do want to pass. He's under pressure, though. He'll throw a screen pass and miss his receiver. Too much pressure too soon, and it ruined the screen pass.
And no one else but X-Man was there on the pressure. He's been applying pressure on quarterbacks all year, able to do it there and make it third and goal, but a long third and goal here from the 12.
From the 12, you're right. Third down goal. 6:37 left. We're in the second quarter. Arkadelphia 21 and Bauxite 0, but Bauxite has an opportunity, and they got 2 more plays to get at least to the 2-yard line where they could have a first. No, I'm sorry, they can't. It's goal. So now pressure. He'll throw it to the end zone. He's got an open receiver for a touchdown. Beautiful play by the quarterback to get the ball out to Gavin Hildebrand in the middle of the end zone. He was wide open for the touchdown.
Yeah, just defensive miscommunication there from the Badgers. Hildebrand wide open in the back of the end zone, and that is the first offensive surge we've seen from the Miners here, as it looks to be Zeke Young to come on to attempt the extra point for the Miners.
All right, long drive, and Bauxite right back in it now. They have put their first touchdown on the board. Here's the kick. And the kick is good. So Bauxite has picked up 7 points with 6:33 left in the second quarter. And it's Arkadelphia 21, Bauxite 7. That was a nice 84-yard drive. We'll see if Arkadelphia can bounce back when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At the Sexton Law Firm, we have experience handling insurance dispute cases and we're well equipped to handle the tactics used by insurance companies to avoid honoring valid claims. The Sexton Law Firm is dedicated to helping individuals fight for the relief they deserve. We work hard to ensure your rights are protected and your case is handled with the respect and care you deserve. The next time you need help battling an insurance company, contact an attorney with the Sexton Firm. Drop by and see us at 107 North 26th Street or give us a call at 870-345-4123.
Bauxite set to kick off to Arkadelphia after a 14-play, 84-yard drive. Took some time off the clock. It actually started in the first quarter. It ends with 6:33 left in the second quarter. Arkadelphia still leads it by 2 touchdowns, but Bauxite has come alive with that long drive.
Yeah, great offensive drive from the Miners. The flea flicker to start the second quarter, massive gain there, and then able to get the ball through the air down the field and end up with a score there for the Miners.
We expect a short kickoff, and we get an onside kick easily fielded by Malachi Hamilton, and Arkadelphia will have great field position, ball at the 49-yard line of the Badgers.
Yeah, kicking to the Badgers is kind of a 50-50 situation. Do you kick it deep to Archer and Roberts, who have had great success taking it back for a touchdown, or do you give them good field position and see what the offenses do? And it looks to see if we have a different quarterback. Bryson McCoy will come out, the normal starter for the Badgers. He will come out on his first offensive possession here.
Not surprised we saw 2 quarterbacks tonight. Good job by Meekin in the first quarter. Here in the second quarter, here comes Mr. McCoy. McCoy hands off on first down. There's a bit of a hole, a fight for extra yardage. This is a really, really good, tough run by Arkadelphia's Q Morris.
That's Blake Moody there on the run.
Or Moody is checked in. I'm sorry. Moody's first action tonight is a very good run. He picked up 6 yards on the play. Second down, 4 yards to go. Running play again. Moody is breaking tackles and now going long. He's to the 30. He's to the 25-yard line. They'll bring him down there. Moody really running with some purpose right now. First down and 10, Arkadelphia.
Yeah, great run there by Moody, able to get to the outside, accelerate a little bit, and get to the edge.
26-yard line, Arkadelphia sets up. Under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Here's a running play up the middle, big yardage. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, and knocked down. Now the ball got loose, but did the fumble happen after he hit the ground, or is it just a recovery by Bauxite? I think Bauxite says they have it. So Moody apparently lost control before he hit the ground, and I mean hit the ground at the 5-yard line. He made a couple of great runs, but apparently lost the ball just before he was down inside the 10. They might mark it. Let's see where they're going to mark it. They haven't put the football down yet. Let's see.
Looks to be a touchback there as the ball was recovered in the end zone for the Miners.
All right, the ball bounced into the end zone, recovered there by the Miners. So, Arkadelphia gives it right back. Boy, they looked strong on that drive until the fumble bounced into the end zone, recovered by Bauxite. So the Miners take over at their own 20-yard line, down by 14, but still time to get another score before halftime. 5:49 left. We're in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's just a stinger on a possession. You have the two big runs there by Moody and then the fumble, and it looks to be Foreman back at quarterback.
Here's a pitch. They want to go wide. Really good work to get yardage despite the traffic. He'll be brought down before he can reach the 25-yard line. Now I think they might give him the 25 on forward progress. Ball just short of that, but we're going to say a 5-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, more the ball carrier there for the Miners. He has been their main offensive ball carrier and just their athlete overall. So we'll have to see how they can incorporate him throughout all aspects of the game as we move forward.
We are a little bit farther away than the camera from the action. We're in a different window. So I hope you're able to see a little better than I can, but I'll get out the binoculars and we'll see if we can call this correctly. Here is a run for a very short gain as Arkadelphia immediately gained tackles on the left side of the line of scrimmage. The offensive left side, the defense right side really came up strong that time. Ball still at the 25-yard line. It's 3rd down and 5.
Big 3rd down here for the Badgers if they can get a stop here and force a punt for the Miners.
Arkadelphia lines up. Defense looking for a big play on 3rd down and 5 for the Miners. Down to 4:35 left, clock running. We're in the second quarter. Arkadelphia 21-7 for the Bauxite Miners, but they scored the last touchdown and looking for another one. There's a good run up near the 35-yard line. Let's just see where they're going to spot this. It is enough for a first down. They'll spot it up at the 33-yard line. He picked up 8 on that play. First down and 10. Bauxite running the ball well and passing the ball well in the last 2 possessions. The quarterback in is Foreman. You're not mistaken if you're looking down there and seeing number 24 play quarterback. He has moved to that position after an injury to the starter, and he's played very well tonight.
Yeah, Foreman has played well tonight. Very athletic.
Just less than 4 minutes left. They'll run another play. This time a flag goes down. That might be coming back.
Our first flag of the evening there. See what the call is.
Officials are having a conversation. It was behind the play, so I'm thinking it's a block, but let's see. And they are talking about it. Illegal shift is the call against Bauxite, so they're going to lose 5 yards. Clock is stopped at 3:50 left before halftime. That's going to back it up by 5 yards to the 28-yard line. First down 15 for the Miners. Foreman at quarterback. Badgers lined up defensively. Man in motion. They will fake it to him and throw the ball deep down the right sideline. He's wide open. He's got the catch at the 40 to the 30 to the 25-yard line of Arkadelphia. The cornerback did not follow him down the sideline. Safety came over to make the tackle.
Yeah, that's Witherington there. Another massive catch from Cole Witherington. Able to get behind the defense, and that was Amari Ford there able to catch up with him and make the tackle. But massive gain here for the Miners.
Perfect throw. Hit him in stride. Ball at the 25-yard line of Arkadelphia. It's a 47-yard gain on that pass play. 47 yards.
Yeah, and any big plays that go from left to right, it's going to be hard to keep up with because we have to move the entire camera.
And a flag goes down. They had a man in motion, so this is a 2-yard gain. That's going to be a 5-yard loss on the penalty. The running back was just moving before the snap. Banks got in a little bit of a hurry. Should put the ball down at the 30, and they will. So it is first down and 15 at the 30-yard line of Arkadelphia. Easy call that time. He headed upfield, beat too soon.
So 1st and long here. See if the Miners can come up with something after that big offensive play there. The Witherington to get the ball down the field. We'll see if the Badgers can stand tall defensively.
Clock is not a problem for Bauxite. They've got 3 minutes, 11 seconds left. Clock running. They've also got 2 timeouts. Foreman wants to run. To the left side, he's tripped up and will fall back to the 28-yard line, not back to the original line of scrimmage quite. In fact, they're going to mark it at the 29 for a gain of only 1. It's 2nd down, 14 yards to go.
Yeah, good play there. You saw the safeties roll down for the Badgers, able to put a couple more people in the box to get pressure to solidify that run defense.
1 receiver in the formation, and he's a dangerous one. That is Bearden. Bryce Bearden lines up to the right, short side of the field. Everybody else in a tight formation. And they're going to throw the ball, looking for Bearden now in pressure. The quarterback will run. Back to his left, he's got some space. He'll cut it up the middle of the field. Very elusive runner. He's got extra yardage all the way to the Arkadelphia 16-yard line.
What a way to extend the play with your legs there by Foreman. Just an absolute great play, able to extend the play, and the Badgers had a little bit of trouble with that last week with Nashville, so they're going to have to shore up how they manage scrambling quarterbacks here.
He got 12 yards. It's not a first down. 3rd down, 2 yards to go, but he picked up 12 with the 14 that they needed on a wild run up the middle. Really hard to get a beat on him. He moves laterally so well. Foreman sets up, sends a man in motion, and he'll run behind him. Now he'll cut up the field. Another good run by Foreman. He'll break a tackle. He's to the 5, breaks another tackle. He made it to the end zone. That is a touchdown for Bauxite, and the Miners are right back in this game.
Yeah, 21-0, and now we're at 21-13, maybe 14 after the PAT, but great offensive play there. The long passes set it up, and then Foreman takes care of the rest with his legs.
Extra point attempt coming. Arkadelphia had a 21-0 lead. Now with 1:28 left in the second quarter, it could be a 7-point lead if this extra point goes through. High snap, but he got it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Excellent kick for the extra point after that high snap by Zeke Young. And it is Arkadelphia 21, Bauxite 14. 1 minute, 28 seconds left before halftime. We'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
It's always a great day to be a Badger, and it's always a great day to live, work, and play in Arkadelphia. More than 350 individuals, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, and business owners join together to make Arkadelphia stronger, better positioned, and a great place to call home through the Arkadelphia Alliance and Area Chamber of Commerce. You can be a part too and be all in for Arkadelphia and Clark County. Visit ArkadelphiaAlliance.com to find local resources, see a directory of current members, check out our member benefits, and join today.
First quarter belonged to Arkadelphia, but Dalton, the second quarter, has belonged to Bauxite.
Yeah, a tale of 2 quarters for sure. Good offensive stuff from the Badgers in the first quarter, and then Miners come out in the second quarter. When you start the quarter with a flea flicker, that gives you some momentum, and that's exactly what it gave Bauxite, momentum to score twice in that second quarter.
Arkadelphia quickly went down the field, but fumbled it into the end zone, recovered by Bauxite, and then they went 80 yards, an 80-yard drive in 9 plays, and suddenly, instead of 28-7, it's 21-14. 1:28 left before halftime, but that's enough time for Arkadelphia to march down the field.
Oh, yeah. You look at 1:28, you get a big play, and even the run play was big last possession, but another onside kick there from Bauxite. Great field position about the 45 for the Badgers.
That was almost a turnover, as it was a really fine kick, and catching it just before the defenders could get to him was Walker Whitten. Big-time play. That would have been a huge turnover if Whitten had not come up with that. Ball at the 47-yard line. Good field position for the Badgers as they get started. Arkadelphia lines up. McCoy at quarterback. Nobody in the backfield to run with him. 5 receivers in the game. Blitz is on. He'll throw the ball into the flat. Caught by Archer. Archer, middle of the field, still fighting for more yardage. That's going to be a first down as he is nearing the 40-yard line. I think they'll call it the 41, and Arkadelphia wants to move quickly.
Yeah, McCoy got trips to this close side and double set on the far side as he will bring Whitaker in motion across the screen.
Back to pass. He'll throw it into the flat. This is Archer again. Archer avoids one tackler, but is tackled at the 40-yard line as he tries to cut it up the field for a short gain. I think we'll say that was the 42-yard line for the original line of scrimmage. Now that I see the spot from a distance, so it picked up 2, 2nd and 8.
Under a minute left to go until halftime here. McCoy in the backfield alone again.
McCoy looks to his right. He'll fire the ball down the middle of the field. He's got a receiver. He's to the 25-yard line. A tackle there, but a good gain. And Arkadelphia has made a first down. They will move the chains and stop the clock at 40 seconds as they move it. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line of Bauxite. First down at 10. McCoy looks to the sideline. He gets his play down to 35 seconds left in the half. 5 receivers in the formation. They want to blitz a linebacker. He's got a little bit of time now. He's going to run. He will attack a linebacker and make some positive yardage near the 20-yard line. Badgers do have timeouts left.
Yeah, and Coach Shucker will take one here with 21 seconds left to go in the half. But, Dr. Root, you look at a great offensive possession here. McCoy able to evade the sack there with his legs and gain yardage. But sure passing here on the first few attempts from Bryson McCoy.
And McCoy's done a fine job. Some good runs after the catch. He's had some open receivers. 21 seconds remain. Arkadelphia can throw some passes in those seconds that are remaining. The ball is spotted right at the 20-yard line. I got to get the binoculars out to see that far down the field from where our window is situated on about the 11-yard line on the other end of the field. But I tell you what, I'm glad to be up high. We got a nice perch. We're making it work. Hope that you are able to enjoy the game. A little bit different situation than we normally have, but the Bauxite folks here have been kind to us and have made it possible for us to get a little bit better view than we'd have if we were down on the sideline.
Yeah, great view up here. Kind of got to rotate around the window depending on where the ball is. But, they say no good broadcast comes without a story. So definitely going to have a story here, and let's see if the Badgers can make a story here and punch it in before halftime.
All right, from the 20-yard line, Arkadelphia has second down, 4 yards to go. McCoy at quarterback. Back to pass. Rolling to his right, looking downfield. He's got a receiver. He gets it to Meekin, and Meekin is knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, great awareness there from Meekin to get out of bounds and stop the clock with 15 seconds left as they spot the ball.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So from the 13-yard line, they're getting ready to set up. That, however, is a first down.
Now the Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers, looking to punch it in here before half.
From the 13-yard line, Arkadelphia has 15 seconds left. And there is a timeout on the field. I think Bauxite, the signal I'm seeing is that Bauxite called that timeout to talk to their defense, I guess. That was a good pass to Meekin on the sideline. Got out of bounds with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, like I said previously, the awareness there. And McCoy able to roll to his open side and get the ball to Meekin down to the 13-yard line. And, Dr. Root, you look at this. Obviously, you want to score a touchdown, but if something goes south, you keep a timeout in your back pocket for Molinari to kick a field goal to extend this lead.
They did set him up with first down, but I don't think they're going to worry about a first down from here. They're going to be throwing to or near the end zone, I would think. They've got a first down, so they got 4 plays to score this touchdown and regain a 2-touchdown lead before halftime. Badgers led it 21-0. Bauxite on its last 2 possessions has had 2 long drives for touchdowns, and so Arkadelphia is trying to return the favor. Each team has had a turnover. Each turnover led to a touchdown. 1-yard drive for Arkadelphia after the Bauxite turnover, and then a long drive by Bauxite after the Arkadelphia turnover. That one was 80 yards after the fumble went into the end zone. All right, here we return to action. Arkadelphia coming back. Defense coming back on the field for the Miners. Arkadelphia still has 2 timeouts left. 1 timeout remaining for Bauxite. Running back in the formation this time. Back to pass. He'll throw across the middle. Oh, just behind his intended receiver. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Meekin.
Yeah, ball just a little bit behind from McCoy. That play only takes 4 seconds off, though. So that right there, that crossing concept is definitely something the Badgers, I think, can score on right here. But if you're McCoy, you got to put that ball in front of that receiver there coming across the field.
All right, from the 13. Back to pass again. Looking down to the corner of the end zone. He's got a receiver. It's Meekin again. Meekin trying to get out of bounds. Will be knocked out of bounds. They're going to stop the clock with only 4 seconds left now. And they're going to spot the ball. It's not a touchdown, of course. They're going to spot the ball inside the 10. Let's see if he made it to the 5-yard line. They're going to put it right at the 5-yard line. From the 5-yard line, Arkadelphia has third down, but only 4 seconds left.
Yeah, this will be the last play before half. Let's see if they can punch it in here.
They are not going to go for a field goal. Arkadelphia wants the touchdown in the last 4 seconds.
And I believe Bauxite has called a timeout, yes.
That's Skull. Let's keep it right here, Dalton. First of all, I thought you were good luck. This is your first game as the full color commentator. 21-0 first quarter. We said Dalton is good luck. Now, it's a closer game now, so you got to get your good luck hat back on.
I don't know if I need to put my good luck hat back on or if the minor offense showed up in that second half. But you look at this situation, 4 seconds left before halftime. Obviously, punching it in would be absolutely massive because Bauxite does get the ball to start the second half. So if Arkadelphia can't punch it in here, Bauxite comes out in the second half, drives, scores, we have a tie ball game. So this is a massive possession right here. The safe bet would be kick the field goal, but if you know anything about Badger football, they're going to go for it right here. 5 yards out. I'm sure that Coach Shucker is dialing up the perfect play over there in that huddle as the teams start to return back to action here. It would be hard not to throw it to a big-bodied receiver like Finley or Meekin if you're going to throw the ball, unless you get something coming out of the backfield with Moody or Whitaker, maybe even Brownlee, but it looks to be Whitaker that is the back here. Meekin is on the far side, lone receiver Archer, and Roberts here on the close side.
Ball is on the 5-yard line, and here we go. 4 seconds left in the first half. McCoy wants to throw. He'll roll to his left. He'll throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Standing too close to the sideline, it was called incomplete. He was caught, I believe. It's very far down into the corner. I don't know if you were able to see it. We just barely got to look at it, sticking my head out the window here. It was caught, but I believe a foot was on the back of the end zone on the line, so he's out of bounds. He caught it out of bounds, so it's incomplete.
That was Orion Roberts there with the catch that was out of bounds. But, a good drive there, but unable to capitalize there for the Badgers. So we have a 21-14 game here going into halftime, and this is shaping up to be a very, very interesting second half.
No doubt about it. But stay tuned for the halftime show. Got a lot coming your way here very, very soon. At halftime, it's Arkadelphia 21 and the Bauxite Miners 14. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in how we support our communities, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Scott Bird DDS is a true general dentistry practice with a comfortable, laid-back atmosphere. Led by Dr. Scott Bird, they've been serving the people of Arkadelphia for over 20 years. It's a simple philosophy. Treat every patient the way they would want to be treated, with clear communication and honesty. Their comprehensive care ensures that all your dental needs are met under one roof, providing convenience and quality you can count on. Scott Bird DDS General Dentistry at 7th and Caddo, 870-246-6745.
Proud to sponsor the Smash Mouth hit of the game each Friday night.
As teachers, we all know that if students' basic needs are not met, then they're not going to perform in the classroom.
Food bags help bridge the gap on weekends and holidays when school isn't in session, ensuring that they don't go hungry.
Hi, my name is Craig Sills, pastor of Park Hill Baptist Church. You know, there's so many great churches in Arkadelphia, but if you're looking for a church family, we would love to have you join us on Sunday mornings at 10:30. For students, we welcome you to our Wednesday night Connect Nights, a night full of food, fellowship, and Bible study. And also, for our middle school and high school students, don't forget to join us for post-game pancakes after every home Badger game this fall. To find out times and locations, look for this graphic on the Park Hill Baptist Church Facebook page, or you can learn more online at parkhillbaptist.com.
Roger Wingfield State Farm is a family-run business dedicated to serving your insurance and financial planning needs. They provide personal and commercial lines of insurance, including auto and home coverage. In addition, they now offer financial planning services to assist with retirement planning. Their office is staffed with 6 licensed agents ready to help you navigate your insurance options and retirement goals. Whether you need assistance with retirement planning or insurance, please let us earn your business.
Welcome back to Bauxite High School. We are at halftime, the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Arkadelphia leads Bauxite 21-14. Little Sexton Firm game recap. The Badgers controlled the first quarter, leading 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And thanks to a couple of offensive touchdowns and thanks to a defensive turnover inside the 5-yard line, actually at the 1-yard line, that Q Morris turned into points on the ensuing possession on the second play. So 21-0 Badgers at the end of the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, the Bauxite Miners took control. They took advantage of a big play on a flea flicker to start the second quarter of play to get in Arkadelphia territory, able to score the first touchdown of the game on the it capped that drive off. Then they benefited from an Arkadelphia turnover. The Badgers came out on their first drive. Bauxite had been has onside kicked all 3 times they've kicked off tonight. Arkadelphia has had good field position. The Badgers marched down and then fumbled into the end zone where Bauxite recovered and then got the ball on the 20-yard line and got a couple of more big plays to make it 21-14. The Badgers had a chance to score at the buzzer and of the second quarter, and the catch from Orion Roberts, as Jeff Root was sort of able to see, and what we've deduced is that Roberts went down to catch the ball, and when he did in the corner of the end zone, stepped his right foot was on either the sideline or the end line, and so it was a catch, but his foot was out of bounds, and so therefore it was an incomplete pass. So the Badgers go into halftime leading 21-14. The Bauxite High School Marching Band is on the field right now, and we will do our best to bring you the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band when they perform after Bauxite's band. We'll stick our microphones out of the window and hope we get a pretty good sound of that. We do want to talk about give you the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. Each week, the Arkadelphia High School administration selects one student to be the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. At the end of the season, Southern Bancorp will recognize all of the students. And from the administration at Arkadelphia High School, tonight's Southern Bancorp Student of the Week is Isabel Clark. Isabel is on the Lady Badger golf team in the fall, also on the Lady Badger soccer team in the spring. Isabel represented Arkadelphia High School at Girls State in the summer. She's a member of the National Honor Society, and this year Isabel is the Student Council President. So congratulations to Isabel Clark, this week's Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. Jim Rothwell is furiously calculating statistics on paper as he's having to do it the old-fashioned way. Jim's been with Jeff almost since 1987, and this is probably how he had to do stats back in 1987. The only thing he's missing is an abacus. He might have one of those at the house. But, again, Arkadelphia leading Bauxite 21-14. Bauxite cheerleaders on the field right now. The Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band will be on the field, and we will bring you that performance. But we're going to take a timeout. We do like to thank all of our sponsors for helping us bring you Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. Let's hear from a couple of those, and when we come back, we'll have the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band. Southern Bancorp halftime show continues after this.
Roger Wingfield State Farm is a family-run business dedicated to serving your insurance and financial planning needs. They provide personal and commercial lines of insurance, including auto and home coverage. In addition, they now offer financial planning services to assist with retirement planning. Their office is staffed with 6 licensed agents ready to help you navigate your insurance options and retirement goals. Whether you need assistance with retirement planning or insurance, please let us earn your business.
Twin Rivers Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center, quality care close to home. Our approach to elder care goes beyond traditional long-term care and short-term rehab to give you or your loved one the quality you deserve. At Twin Rivers, our caregivers are more than just expert medical professionals who deliver skilled healthcare at every touch point. They are the backbone of our care community, leading with their hearts and healing with their hands. Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, 870-246-6337.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
Make ATO Automotive on Pine Street the place you take your vehicle when it won't take you where you need to go. Transmission, alignment, engine, brakes, and tires, ATO Automotive can handle it all. Locally owned and operated by James Rollins, let ATO Automotive take care of your vehicle the next time it just isn't running quite right. ATO Automotive says go Badgers, especially our number 73, Grant Rollins. ATO Automotive, 1802 Pine Street. Call us at 870-210-5269.
Knight Insurance Professionals. We offer local expertise, a professional experience, and the attention to detail that you deserve. Knight Insurance Professionals offers a comprehensive list of commercial and personal insurance products and can fit their products to your needs. Insurance can be complicated. Let us take care of it for you. It's the assurance you're looking for when it comes to protecting what's important to you. Knight Insurance Professionals at 10th and Caddo in Arkadelphia. 870-246-3700. Local, professional, personal.
The Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band taking the field for their halftime performance. We will put our microphones outside and see if we can't bring you the halftime performance. You're not going to be able to hear them announce, but the theme is taking a bite out of the Big Apple. So we will do our best to bring you a good sound and a unique angle of the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band.
Please make welcome the Arkadelphia Badger Band.
That was the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band and their halftime show. Hope you were able to hear them nicely. We will bring in Jim Rothwell now for the Sexton Firm game summary and stat recap. Jim, give us some of the numbers for both teams. I guess the Arkadelphia offense put up some numbers, a couple of touchdowns, but to give us a little recap.
Yeah. Arkadelphia, they had a total of 228 yards, 123 passing, 127, I believe, 125 totals for 228. So good balance rushing. Both Whitaker ran well, Moody ran well. Moody had the long run, which factors into the yardage, but then had the fumble in it. So it's not quite as effective as you would think with all those yards, but again, good balance. Meekum came in and threw well. He was 1 out of 2, mainly short passes. And then McCoy came back in, and he was 9 out of 15 for a little over right at 79 yards. So effective, just sort of what we've seen, not being able to finish things on that. That's particularly that when you get down and you make a long run and you should be sitting on the 1 or even a score,
right,
and you give it up, that's hard.
That was a 14-point swing because really Bauxite was able to march down. The ball was recovered in the end zone for a touchback. They're able to march 80 yards. Jim, it was a tale of two halves. Tale of two quarters. The first quarter, Bauxite offensively couldn't really get anything going. The Arkadelphia defense controlled the first quarter. They had the flea flicker pass. They kind of opened it up a little bit, and then in the second half, they ended up with a lot of yards of offense for a total for the first half.
They did. They ended up with similar to Arkadelphia, 100 and roughly 200 yards or so. Most of it coming passing in a couple of big plays and effective plays. Foreman, the quarterback, was 5 out of 9. Rushing, Arkadelphia did a great job. Foreman, the quarterback, came in and had 9 rushes for 28. A couple of elusive plays at the end that really hurt Arkadelphia there. Other than that, Arkadelphia's defense has done a good job stopping the run. It's just that they've got to finish some drives. Right. Penalties, Bauxite had, I think, 2 or 3 minimal 5-yard penalties. Arkadelphia did not have a penalty.
Pretty clean game between the two.
The 1 fumble for each one.
Right.
So pretty clean game. It's just finishing things off. Arkadelphia's got to be able to do that.
Well, if you're Bauxite, you're saying we're down 7, and we gave Arkadelphia 7 points.
Right.
Basically, it's similar to what Arkadelphia was saying last week against Nashville. We're down 1 point. We gave you 12. Bauxite's saying the same thing this week.
Right.
This is a game that came down to one play, really, and it didn't seem like that at the time, but that's what it ended up coming down to. So.
Yeah, it'd be real important how Arkadelphia's defense comes out to start this second half because of the chance for Bauxite to continue that momentum and move in to tie up this game going into the second half or early in the second half.
All right, thanks, Jim Rothwell, for that Sexton Firm game recap and stat summary. When we come back, Jeff Root, Dalton Reed will be back on the call for the second half of Badgers and Miners. This is Arkadelphia Badger Football on Mascot Media and the ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tea Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com.
Buy, sell, or trade your vehicle with L&J Auto and Transport at 1904 Pond Street in Arkadelphia. L&J Auto and Transport prides itself in quality vehicles with affordable prices and honesty. Looking for a good used car? Let L&J Auto and Transport help you with financing to make it possible no matter your credit history. Visit L&J Auto and Transport on Pond Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-293-9167 and let them help you find what you can drive home tomorrow.
Providence Veterinary Care, our sponsor for the third quarter. This is Jeff Root. Along with me is Dalton Reed. Dalton, your first game doing the full-time color commentary job. great job in the first half. We're going to keep it up for the second half and see what happens in this game, as Arkadelphia scored 21 points in the first quarter, gave up 14 to Bauxite in the second quarter, and now Bauxite has the ball first to begin the second half. So you have to kind of say it's anybody's game right now, each team looking to take control here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you look at the tale of the two quarters there, and Bauxite gets the ball to start first here in the second half because Arkadelphia received to start the game, drove 80-something yards, not 80 yards, 60 yards, and was able to get that. So, yeah, we'll have to see how Arkadelphia comes out here defensively, and we'll have to see if the air attack continues from the Miners.
We did not have the number that Wyatt Foreman, the quarterback for Bryant, is using at the beginning of the game, but we have it now because he's had a good game so far. Here's a nice return up the middle. Going to be a tackle at the 25-yard line. That was a good return. I thought he might not make it past the 15. Made a nice cut, got to the 25. First down and 10 for Bauxite. Foreman has made himself known in this game at quarterback for Bauxite.
And he will be the one to start the second half here for Bauxite, looking to continue the air attack. That has been what Bauxite has had their majority of long plays on and how they have scored. So we'll have to see how that continues here, and then if the secondary made any shifts in halftime to adjust to the receivers of Bauxite.
Perry, the starting quarterback, coach's son for Bauxite, injured, unable to play, injured a knee earlier in the season. I tell you what, Mr. Foreman, who number 24 started out at a different position, has found a home at quarterback. He's thrown the ball well. He's run the ball well. On first down, he wants to run, and he finds a hole to get through. He's to the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. Good speed, but he's caught and driven down at the 46-yard line. They went to the left side. He was able to find a hole and exploit it for a big gain.
Yeah, big gain there off the left-hand side for Foreman. Opens it up with his legs a little bit. So I have to see if that continues, if the Arkadelphia defense can hone in on that.
Not a big back, but he's got good speed and great lateral moves. So a first down at the 46-yard line. Nice pickup on first down. First play from scrimmage in the second half. A 21-yard gain for Bauxite. He'll line up. Standing next to him is Emery Moore. He's a good running back. And he will get the ball. And he's going to go to the left side where there is running room. And they're going to drive him down to 49 of Arkadelphia. It looked like Arkadelphia thought he was going to go to the right. They came back to the left and got some yardage.
Yeah, nice moves there by Moore. Arkadelphia defense able to get him down after about a 5-yard gain to set up about 2nd and 5 here.
It is going to be second down, 5 yards to go. Bauxite, as we get underway in the third quarter. First possession of the second half. Quarterback talking to his running back. They've looked good early in this possession. They're going to run the ball. He's going to change direction and still get positive yardage up to the 46 of Arkadelphia. He got 3. He needed 5. Third down and 2.
Yeah, cutback move there by Moore. Able to get the yardage there to set up 3rd and short here. Big play for Arkadelphia's defense.
Badgers need a tackle for loss right here. Only 2 yards to go and 2 plays to get it. I'm sure they're in 4-down territory at this point. Once again, the quarterback and running back have a conversation. Moore, the running back, is going to line up to the left of his quarterback. Foreman's been an awfully good runner. They'll come in motion with Bearden. They'll run to the left side, and they're moving that defensive line on Arkadelphia backwards. And they're able to pick up a first down pretty easily to the 43-yard line. Pickup of 3, but that's good movement by the offensive line.
Yeah, great movement there by the Miner offensive line to get movement. And that's the second time just this possession that the quarterback has been able to go to that left-hand side, get room on the edge, and gain a first down both times.
Although it's going to come back, 5-yard penalty against Bauxite. And we can't hear the call over the PA system. Looks like it was a procedure call, so it's going to be 5 yards back to the 49-yard line. That means that's more than a procedure penalty in terms of where they marked it off. They were at the 46. No, that's right. They were at the 46 moments ago, so they're back to the 49-yard line. I'd already marked down their first down. Instead, it's 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7 from the 49. Pass play. He's looking downfield. He'll fire it downfield. Defenders are there. It's incomplete. Well defended that time.
Yeah, well defended and pressure from the back end from Xavier Williams there. That was Witherington, the intended target for Bauxite, able to the secondary able to cause an incompletion, and this sets up a big 4th down.
All right, 4th down, 7 yards to go. Ball at the 49-yard line of Bauxite. It would appear they're going to punt the ball away, but I wouldn't necessarily bet on that. They do change quarterbacks, and they're going to line up as if they're going to go for it. This could be a quick kick, or it could be that Sam Combs, the sophomore quarterback, is who they're going to call on to run the play. There's no one deep, so Arkadelphia is not trusting that it's going to be a punt. Now Combs is going to back up as if he will punt the ball, and he will. They're going to go field position. High, short kick. Let's just watch the bounce. It's going to take a bounce for Bauxite, but not nearly as pronounced a bounce as the first half when he got a long punt off because of the bounce. This time it'll settle at the 25-yard line. Not a bad job there for Arkadelphia to let that one go because the bounce didn't help much. They'll start at the 25, 75 yards away.
Yeah, 75 yards away from the end zone, and McCoy will come back out as the quarterback here to start the second half, and coming off a possession that, that is McCoy, my bad.
Going to hand off, and right up the middle it goes on 1st down. Going to be a gain, but a short one as Bauxite was able to respond quickly. That was Whitaker on the carry. Tell you what, it was a procedure call and an incomplete pass that stopped that drive for Bismarck. Arkadelphia would dearly love to stretch out this lead to more than 7 points. Here's a running play, an immediate hit, nowhere to go. It's going to be 3rd down and long. Got 4 yards on 1st down, not much at all on 2nd.
Short gain there to set up 3rd down.
In fact, they're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line for a loss of 1, so it's 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Back to pass. McCoy fires it to the flat, and he cannot get the completion. A little bit wide. The receiver dove for it, could not pull it in. Would have been a 1st down. He had the distance for the 1st down, but the pass was incomplete, and Arkadelphia is going to have to punt the ball back.
Yeah, back-to-back possessions. Bauxite had to punt. Now Arkadelphia having a punt. Defense is standing tall here in the second half.
Meekin's a very good punter. Deep to receive this kick is Hastings, I should say. Hastings is back. It is a good long-distance punt. It's going to be returned by Moore as he catches it over his head at the 35. He'll be dragged down at the 38-yard line. Really fine tackle to prevent a longer return. Emery Moore on the catch of that punt and return. The snapper made the tackle. Quickly got downfield. Beautiful play. So Bauxite has the ball back. Lost some field position on that trade of punts. They're going to start at their own. I was thinking a little farther ahead. They haven't put the ball down yet. Now they'll put it down at the 38. That's what we thought. From the 38-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Miners. We're in the 3rd quarter, 8:50 left. Arkadelphia 21, Bauxite 14. Arkadelphia had the first 21 points in this game, all in the 1st quarter. They have not scored since. Bauxite, 2 touchdowns in the 2nd quarter. And now here we are in the 3rd. Both teams have punted. Bauxite has the ball back. The quarterback once again is Foreman, who's played a whale of a game. They found a good quarterback in him after their starter, Perry, was injured early in the season. Foreman, with no running backs in the backfield, is a running back himself, but he wants to throw. He throws deep down the sideline looking for a receiver, batted away. That's outstanding defense, just outstanding defense. Beautiful job by Arkadelphia's Jaden McKenzie. Man-to-man coverage down the sideline, and he batted the ball away.
Yeah, great play there by McKenzie. Get a hand up and prevent the long play. Now 2nd and 10 here for Foreman and the Miners.
Hard to see that side of the field, I know, back home. Glad to bring you a little radio every now and then. We are on, I guess it's the 2nd floor. It looks taller than that, of an old gym, and we're glad to have at least this view here at Bauxite. But that part of the field a little hard to see from where we are with the camera set up and what used to be an old ladies' room here in the gym. Used to be is the key there. Back to pass. They'll throw it to the flat. There's a good pass, and it is caught. He had to fall down to catch it, or that might have been a long gain, but he did haul it in. That's Moore at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, great concentration from Moore to wrangle that ball in, and even if you have to go to the ground, it's better than dropping it, able to get the yards, and now make it 3rd and very, very short for Bauxite.
That's right. It's not a 1st down. So here they come at the 45-yard line. They need 2.5 more. Running play, he's going to get it. There's a big gainer to the 45. I mean, not a huge gain, but a wide open field where it was not hard to get the gain. And I don't like what I'm seeing now because down on the play is Xavier Williams. He's standing up but hobbling a bit. Good run by the quarterback. Should be a first down. And yet he's having a hard time getting up as well. A couple of key players hobbling after that play. And we have a stoppage in the action. We'll keep it right here, though, because it's going to be a key for Arkadelphia if Williams is okay, and a key for Bauxite if the quarterback Foreman is okay. And they seem to be ready to send Sam Combs, the sophomore, out to play for quarterback now. The ball's at the Arkadelphia 47-yard line, where it is a first down and 10.
Looks like Xavier Williams is coming back on the field for the Arkadelphia defense.
That is good news. He was in some pain after that play. He's been able to shake it off, and he'll stay on the field.
But Combs will come in at quarterback, like you said, Dr. Root, looking at a big third down here.
Pistol formation. They're going to hand off, go right up the middle. Oh, it's the flea flicker again. Arkadelphia hasn't covered this time. There's a throw downfield, and it is, did he catch that? No, it rolls away. Wow. A little bit of contact between the receiver and the defender, but no call as both players tried to get to the ball. Neither one could. It's incomplete.
And I guess we both missed the respot because that was 1st and 10.
I had 1st and 10 at the 47, yeah.
Oh.
That's what we just called. So it's 2nd down and 10 now. From the 47, 2nd down and 10. Well, they put the sophomore in and immediately threw a deep pass.
Yeah, that's a gamble right there. Let's go ahead and take the freshman out, put the sophomore in, and throw a deep ball. So a crazy equation there for the Miners, but now he's going to line back up at quarterback.
Good defensive work by McKenzie. Combs wants to throw it again. He'll fire it across the middle. That ball is caught in a crowd. Good catch. Well defended by Ford, but the catch was made anyway. This quarterback's slow getting up, but I think he's all right. He'll stay in the game. That was a good completion. Nice play by the receiver to pull it in. Ball at the 38-yard line of Arkadelphia. So it's 3rd and 1. Got 9 to the 38. 3rd down and 1. 4-down territory, of course. Now they're far enough down there, I got to get the binoculars out. Let's see what's going to happen. See if I can see it. Down the field it goes. Combs takes the snap. He's going to hand off. There's a hole up the middle. It's not much of a hole, but it might be enough for a first down. Just depends on the spot. I think he's going to have it at the 36. Pickup of 2 on 3rd and 1. 1st down and 10, Bauxite, and they keep this drive alive.
Yeah, good offensive play there for Bauxite, able to get the first down with more, keep this drive alive, and keep the offensive momentum they have as well. Now we're under 7 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Bauxite looks to the sideline. They are in no hurry, down by 7, trying to tie it up on this drive at the Arkadelphia 36-yard line, 1st down and 10. Sam Combs is staying in the game at quarterback after Foreman limped off on a carry down the left side. He wants to pass. He's in trouble. He is being pressured by Arkadelphia. Throws the ball down, and let's see if that might be a grounding call. Was he out far enough? Now, Williams was giving chase. The Badgers would like to see a call. There is not one, at least not yet. I do not see a flag. It's just going to be an incompletion, I believe. Okay, they said that there was a receiver in the area. He threw it into the ground, but a receiver was close enough.
Yeah, they're going to say Moore was the intended receiver there, number 1. Was the receiver close enough? So no intentional grounding call there, and that brings up 2nd down.
It wasn't close to a completion, but he was close enough to the play. So they will not call grounding on that. 6:35 left, 3rd quarter. Arkadelphia 21, Bauxite 14, but the Miners are driving. 2nd down and 10 at the Arkadelphia 36-yard line. Combs, the sophomore quarterback, is in for this play anyway. Here's a deep throw, and he gets it downfield where it is batted down by Arkadelphia. I thought that might be intercepted. Ford got very close to it, batted it down, could not catch it. I know that's in a part of the field that we're not seeing very well because of the positioning of our window where the camera is. I was able to stick my head out the window and give you a call on that. It is incomplete, 3rd down and 10. That ball kind of got away from the quarterback a little bit. It hung up, was in prime territory to be intercepted, but 2 Badgers and a Miner went after the ball, and it fell to the turf.
Yeah, great play defensively there just to get Ford to get his hands up and able to bat that ball away, and now we're looking at a 3rd and long.
3rd down and 10. Will they pass it again? I think they will instead have a flag down. Let's see if this might be a procedure call. Let's wait and see. Oh, it's going to be a timeout. Bauxite called timeout before the snap. Bauxite's timeout will stop the clock at 6 minutes, 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. It is Arkadelphia 21, the Miners of Bauxite High School 14. Bauxite, after this timeout, will have 3rd down and 10, and we'll bring it to you. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
Back to the action, 6:28 left. Arkadelphia leading by 7, playing defense right now. It's 3rd down and 10. Bauxite at the Arkadelphia 36-yard line. The sophomore Combs is playing quarterback, as Foreman was injured earlier on this drive. We don't know how severely, but he's not come back in the game so far. Combs will fake a handoff. He wants to pass. He's looking deep downfield. Now he throws a short pass to Moore, and Moore's got some space to run. Really good run downfield to the 20s, to the 15, makes a cut, hit at the 10. He'll go down inside the 10-yard line. That's all Mr. Moore after catching the short pass.
Yeah, it is. You look at that, able to evade the pressure there. Combs get the ball out, find Moore, find the athlete, and he goes all the way down, makes it 1st and goal here for the Miners. They can tie this game up.
Emery Moore, big-time play to the Arkadelphia 9-yard line. It is 1st down and goal to go. Ball just inside the 10. We'll call it the 9. 6:05 left. We're in the 3rd quarter.
And Foreman has come back in at quarterback for the Miners. So we'll have to see if they use his legs here in the red zone.
He was limping earlier. Appears to be okay now. He's going to run to his right. Ahead of a blocker. Dives. He might be in. That is a touchdown for Bauxite. An extra point will tie this game at 21. What a nice drive by Bauxite. 2nd possession of the 3rd quarter. And they put it in the end zone on a 62-yard drive for a touchdown. 3rd straight touchdown for Bauxite after 3 straight for Arkadelphia in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, 21 unanswered points there as Bauxite scored 3 touchdowns. And, just great offensive showing from Bauxite.
Zeke Young with the extra point attempt to try to tie it up. 5:46 left in the 3rd quarter. Kick is up, and the kick is good. It is Arkadelphia 21, Bauxite 21. 5:46 left. We're in the 3rd quarter tonight of quite a showdown between these 2 teams in the 7-4A conference. We'll be back with Arkadelphia's kickoff return after this. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Citizens Bank was founded on the statement, "Someday I'm going to start a bank that can help people." More than 70 years later, our mission has remained the same: people first. It's easy to profess this idea, but more difficult to live it out each day in each transaction for decades. Our progressive community banking model focuses on the delivery of exceptional customer service while employing advanced technology and products which allow its customers to have one bank to serve all their needs. Stop by our Arkadelphia branch on Pine Street and let Citizens Bank help you with your financial service needs. Citizens Bank, people first.
5 minutes, 46 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. That was a 10-play, 62-yard drive, and it has allowed Bauxite to tie the game at 21-21. Wow.
Yeah, wow. That's a good way to put it. Badgers haven't seen the end zone since the 1st quarter, and let's see if they
Slow bouncing kickoff. It's returned up the middle, and this is Roberts. Good move. He'll be tackled as he crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line. Hope you got a look at the end of that kickoff anyway, as Roberts did a good job putting Arkadelphia in good field position.
Yeah, good starting field position here for the Badger offense. They have got to solidify that run game that was working well in the first half. Let's see if the offensive line can get a push on this minor defensive line and establish the ground game, which will in turn establish the play action.
All right, the Badgers need 54 yards to regain the lead, and if it happens, it'll happen right down here where we'll have a better look at it, as Arkadelphia scored 3 touchdowns right below us here as we're standing about the 11-yard line looking out a window. Here is a run to the left side, a nice tackle in the backfield, and down goes Brownlee for a loss.
Yeah, that's Jackson Stacy there coming in from the defensive from his defensive end position to get Brownlee in the backfield and trip him up.
Lost back to the 43. He lost 3 yards, second down, 13 to go. On 2nd and 13, another running play. Ran really the same play, and Brownlee is going to be tackled back near the original line of scrimmage, and not quite there. So you got a couple. It's 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, all the Bauxite's defense is flying to the ball super fast right now, getting downhill from the snap, getting in the backfield and causing disruption. Big 3rd down.
McCoy at quarterback has 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 at the top of your screen. Back to pass. He's got some time. He throws to the sideline. That's a completion. That's a 1st down inside the 35-yard line of Bauxite, and out of bounds is Maddox Finley.
Yeah, great pass protection there. McCoy has time in the pocket, sets his feet, gets the ball down the sideline to Maddox Finley, moves the chains. That's a Welch Funeral Home first down.
21-yard gain on that pass to the sideline. Now they want to run again. This is Brownlee. He's got some room this time. He's going to pick up 5, 6, maybe 7 yards on the carry to the left side. Flags go down, and I don't know what it is, but it was thrown from some distance, so somebody saw something happen after the play. We might see unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know which team it will go against. It was called from some distance by an official who immediately ran to the middle of the field. Apparently not seen by the officials who were in that area, but somebody did something demonstrative enough to be seen from the deep sideline. They're going to call this against Arkadelphia. Goodness, personal foul against Arkadelphia at the end of a play that would have set up a 2nd down and either 3 or 4. Now they're going to spot the ball all the way back, let's see, at the 42-yard line. Goodness gracious. Back to the 42, so it's 1st down over again. Or was it a dead ball foul? No, it's 2nd down. Okay, 2nd down, dead ball foul. Back to the 42 it goes. It's 2nd and 18. 2nd and 18 after a major penalty against the Badgers, as the Badgers were really starting to move the ball. Let's see if they can recover. Back to pass, McCoy under some pressure. He throws it deep down the sideline and misses his intended receiver. Wheel route, and that was, I believe,
that was
Brownlee. That was Brownlee down the sideline, but he just missed him, so it's 3rd and 18.
Yeah, 3rd and 18. You gamble there on 2nd and 18, try to get all of it back, and now you find yourselves in a place where you got to get nearly 20 yards for 1st down.
If you can get some yardage here, it'll be 4-down territory for sure. Here is a pass play. No, he fakes the pass. McCoy wants to now throw it deep downfield all the way to the end zone. That is incomplete. Ball was almost caught by Finley, but the defender hit his arm just as the ball fell into his arm, and it falls incomplete. Almost a touchdown to Maddox Finley.
Yeah, great play there by the defender. Finley able to get past the defense and get open, but the defender an even better play there to get his hands up at the right time, and so now we'll see the special teams unit come out on for the Badgers.
Now 4th and 18, they are going to punt the ball away. Meekin is on the field. Keep in mind he is also a quarterback, but they need 18 yards for a first. He will kick it. The kick is going to come down, fair catch, caught at the 13-yard line. 12-yard line, and it's 1st down and 10 Bauxite. So Bauxite has the ball back in this tie game after the penalty really disrupted what looked like it was going to be a good drive for Arkadelphia. I didn't see the personal foul, not sure what it was about, but it was in the middle of the field after the play was over.
So they call extracurricular activities little extra blocking going on after the play from what I could see. But defensively, Arkadelphia got to hold firm here. Bauxite looking to drive and take the lead.
All right, Bauxite going to come after the Badgers with the sophomore quarterback. Combs is back in the game. Foreman came in after his injury and, of course, played very well, got a touchdown. But Combs is back in now. I think Foreman just kind of nursing that ankle perhaps. They'll send a man in motion. Arkadelphia responds defensively. They're going to run the ball. This is Moore, and he's played very well in this half. He's going to gain only a couple on this play, though.
Yeah, Arkadelphia's front seven able to get downhill and make the tackle after just a short gain. We'll have to see what Bauxite can do to open that field up as they have in the last couple of possessions.
From the 14-yard line, second down, 8 yards to go. 3 minutes, 42 seconds, clock running. We're in the third quarter. This game is tied. Arkadelphia 21, Bauxite 21. Man in motion again for the Miners. They'll throw the ball to that man in the flat. He's got some room to run. There is a tackle made at the 18-yard line, tackled as he falls forward to the 20. They're going to give him the 21-yard line. It's third down and 1. Got some good blocking by the wide receiver on this side.
Yeah, we're able to get the man in motion, get the ball in his hands quickly, and let Hildebrand do what Hildebrand does, and that's get yards after the catch.
Third down and 1. They're going to hand it to Moore. Moore sidesteps the defender, and it cost him because Hamilton got there, and he got no gain. May have lost 1, may have lost 2 on the play. Fourth down. They're going to mark it all the way back to the 19-yard line. So a big, big play by Hamilton, and it's going to be fourth down and 3.
Yeah, Malachi Hamilton coming up from his linebacker position, able to solidify the tackle there, and it looks like Bauxite's going to bring out the punt squad.
Punt team is coming on. Arkadelphia will send 2 men deep, looking to keep this ball from rolling down the field, maybe get a punt return, as Roberts and Archer are the 2 deep men. Good snap. The kick is away. Williams almost got there. It is a high kick allowed to bounce because it's short, and it will go out of bounds. So there's no bounce advantage for Bauxite, and Arkadelphia, my goodness, they're going to get great field position out of this. They're going to mark the ball inside the 40-yard line of Bauxite, a very short punt.
Yeah, very, very short punt. Great field position, like you mentioned, for the Badgers, and they have got to solidify something offensively here if they would like to retake this lead that they have not, 3 touchdowns in the first quarter and then not able to score.
Now they'll spot the ball right at the 40-yard line. So the Badgers just need 40 yards to take the lead in this game. 2:12 left. We're in the third quarter. Arkadelphia leads it's tied at 21. Here's a reverse play. Nice end around to Archer. Archer still on his feet to the 35, to the 33-yard line. Might have made the 32-yard line. What a good determined run by not a large man in Archer.
Yeah, Archer able to use his speed there to get to the outside and get the gain of 9.
Second down, 1 yard to go. Ball at the 31-yard line. Running play, they'll pitch it outside. This is Whitaker behind a blocker. It's going to have some yardage before they knock him out of bounds inside the 25. First down and 10 for the Badgers. They'll spot it at the 24.
Welch Funeral Home first down there. Great blocking by Grant Rollins. He is able to get to the outside and solidify the outside block as Whitaker gets the first down.
Here is a running play. Whitaker again. He's going to be hit by several Miners this time. And in the middle of the field, it's been a little tougher go. Whitaker a little slow in getting up, and so is a Miner. He got 2 yards on the play to the 22-yard line. Slow down in the action as one of the Miners is still down. Whitaker is okay. Don't know if he'll stay in the game or if they'll substitute for him, but we're going to take a break because one of the Miners is down right now. Might be a cramp. I think it is going to be a cramp. So I'll tell you what, let's keep it right here, Dalton. It's both legs, but it does appear to be a cramp, and usually that doesn't take too long. In fact, he's going to stand up now. On the play, it's Aiden McDaniel, who got a cramp in each leg and is going to come off the field.
Yeah, great offensive possession thus far. Short field for the Badgers because of the short punt from the Miners, and just able to run the ball. The big first down there from Whitaker on the toss play to the far side has been good. But second and decently long here, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. Arkadelphia looking to find some more offensively. We'll see if they can spread this ball out a little bit as we have twin receivers to both sides.
Here's Whitaker next to his quarterback, and the quarterback is McCoy. In motion is Roberts. They are going to hand it off, and this is going to be a nice gain. Good run. That's a first down. He's to the 10 inside the 10-yard line. Good run. Whitaker still in bounds, fighting and fighting and fighting. Wonderful run by Whitaker because I thought he'd be down at about the 6. He's going to fight through traffic and make it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Welch Funeral Home first down there for the Badgers. Another Whitaker first down, and his legs just keep churning. I mentioned it in the first half is he's always looking to get yards after contact as his first and goal here.
Arkadelphia has not scored since the first quarter. Hitting the backfield is Whitaker. He keeps running. He's in. That is a touchdown, Arkadelphia. First touchdown for the Badgers since the first quarter. 1:12 left in the third quarter, and Arkadelphia has retaken the lead at 27-21. Extra point coming. Seth Molinari on for the extra point. The holder is Maddox Finley. Every extra point is a key now. It's good to have somebody as consistent as Seth Molinari on extra points. There is a good snap, a good hold, and the kick is up. And it is perfect. So Arkadelphia has retaken the lead. It's the Badgers 28, the Miners 21. 1:12 left in the third quarter tonight. And we'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Citizens Bank was founded on the statement, "Someday I'm going to start a bank that can help people." More than 70 years later, our mission has remained the same: people first. It's easy to profess this idea, but more difficult to live it out each day in each transaction for decades. Our progressive community banking model focuses on the delivery of exceptional customer service while employing advanced technology and products which allow its customers to have one bank to serve all their needs. Stop by our Arkadelphia branch on Pine Street and let Citizens Bank help you with your financial service needs. Citizens Bank, people first.
It is a team sport, Ultimate. Let's give a lot of credit to Mr. Whitaker on a couple of tough runs to get the ball in the end zone and give Arkadelphia this lead.
Yeah, two massive runs from Whitaker, obviously the one to get the first down on the far side, keep the feet churning after the play there on the first down, first and goal, and then punching it in from a couple yards out. Massive runs on that last drive from Caden Whitaker.
1:12 left, third quarter. Arkadelphia has regained the lead at 28-21. Bauxite set for the kickoff return. Seth Molinari's kick is long and high, retreating to catch it at the 4-yard line. It will be returned. He's looking for space and not finding a lot, but now he hits the corner. He's going to make it to the 20. He'll spin. He'll make it to the 21, and that's it. Oh, now they're going to keep the play alive as they push it forward to the 22 or 23. Okay, it took a while to get the whistle, but Arkadelphia hung on and got the tackle. First down and 10. That turned into a pretty good return for Austin Hastings. First down and 10, they'll say the 22-yard line. So Bauxite tied the game, got the ball back actually with a chance to take the lead, but had to punt the ball away on 4th down and 3 from its own 19 after a really good tackle by Hamilton. Now they'll take over, but trail by 7 at their own 22. Here comes Bauxite with, I believe, Mr. Foreman back in the game at quarterback. He had a limp earlier, but came back in and scored a touchdown, and so now he's back in the game. A handoff. There is Moore. He's going to be hit on the carry that time. Instead of Moore, it was Talon Henderson. A little bit bigger back.
Yeah, Henderson had the majority of the carries last week for Bauxite, over 100 yards rushing for him. Looking for Bauxite to integrate him more into this rushing attack.
But no gain on first down. Second down, 10 yards to go for Bauxite. They'll look to the sideline to get the play. Arkadelphia ready to go. Defense struggled in the second quarter, gave up a touchdown in the third, but looked better on that last possession. Only 22 seconds left in the third quarter. They'll move Henderson to the left of his quarterback. They'll send a man in motion to the weak side. They'll give it to Henderson. He'll cut it upfield. And he'll butt heads with a couple of defenders and go down at the 24-yard line. Gain of 2. It's 3rd down and 8.
as Mario Brownlee came in there from his linebacker position and got the tackle, and that's going to bring an end to the third quarter. And this looks to be a four-quarter battle, Dr. Root.
It really does. Going to be a very interesting fourth quarter. We are glad to bring it to you. And the score after 3 quarters is Arkadelphia 28 and Bauxite 21. We'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Blakelytown is Arkadelphia's gathering space, perfect for weddings, receptions, parties, reunions, showers, corporate outings, and more. Easily accessible for local and out-of-town visitors, Blakelytown features both indoor and outdoor options and is customizable to fit your vision and your needs. Blakelytown is locally owned and operated and proud to serve the Arkadelphia community. Dates fill quickly, so contact Blakelytown today to reserve your space for the event of your dreams.
Fourth quarter action coming your way here momentarily. They're going to switch sides of the field, which means you're going to have a little harder time seeing it. We're going to give you a little radio play-by-play to make sure that you can see it. Now, you're unable to keep up with the score tonight as we are in an old gym. And I mean, I don't know how old, but I love old gyms, and this is one of the ones I've kind of fallen in love with, but I never really expected to stand in the window of the upper bleachers to call a football game, but that's what we're doing. It's our best view of the field that we're going to be able to get, and I appreciate it very much. The fourth quarter sponsor is Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone, and it's going to be a whale of a fourth quarter, I have a feeling. Arkadelphia leads at 28-21. You're going to have a view unless they move far to their right. Bauxite's offense, that is. But I can stick my head out the window here and give you a pretty good indication of what happens on this play. We pull up the binoculars. Here is a running play, and they're going to go to the left side, top of the screen. Nice misdirection. He's going to have good yardage all the way out to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. On the carry was Austin Hastings.
Yeah, good carry there, able to get to the outside and solidify the edge and get the first down yardage there.
And they needed to make it to the 32. He's all the way out to the 38-yard line, so it's first down and 10. Before the quarter ended, they had 3 plays on this drive, starting at their own 22-yard line. Now a first down and 10 at the Bauxite 38 for the Miners. Running play, quarterback looking for space. He's going to find a little bit around the edge, but not a lot. He'll be brought down near the 40-yard line. We'll see if they give him the 41 as they spot the ball. The ball gets away, but they'll spot it here in a moment. That gain is going to be right to the 40-yard line, so gain of only 2, second down and 8. Arkadelphia strung that out pretty well, Dalton.
Yeah, they did. They were able to get them moving more east-west than north-south, so able to string that play out across the field and get the tackle for a short gain.
This is Foreman at quarterback. He's had a good game. He wants to run again. To the left side, hit this time by Hamilton and a couple of other Badgers, and he will just make a yard or 2.
Badgers solidifying that front 7 with the help of Mario Brownlee, Malachi Hamilton there coming up from their linebacker positions. And third and decently long here for the Miners. Let's see if they can convert.
Gain of only 1, so it's third down, 7 yards to go for Bauxite. Still early in the fourth quarter. Arkadelphia does lead it by 7. He's got a blocking back. Might see him throw the ball this time. No, he's going to run. Running play again. He will make the edge but not make a first down as they're going to drag him down at the 45-yard line. Good play by Williams.
Yeah, Xavier Williams, haven't called his name much tonight, but he makes a play when he has to. And now fourth and 4, 4th and 5. Let's see where they mark it.
Mark it at the 45-yard line for a gain of 4. It's fourth down and 3 yards to go for Bauxite. And they want to go for it.
Gutsy play here. Let's see if they run behind Goodwin or what they do, as we will have a whistle and a timeout Arkadelphia.
So the Badgers want to talk about it, have their defense ready. That's the first timeout the Badgers have used here in the second half. 9:50 left in the football game. Arkadelphia leads at 28-21. When we come back, it'll be fourth down, 3 yards to go for Bauxite. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
There's a lot of banks out there, but there's not many like Southern Bancorp. You see, we're more than a bank in both who we are and what we do. Sure, we offer accounts and loans for you to bank and borrow for today, but we can also do more to help you build for tomorrow, like credit building, home ownership, small business support, and more. So no matter the financial story, we can help because that's what we do. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
9 minutes, 50 seconds. I'm not that far from the scoreboard. I can read a 4 better than a 9, apparently. 9 minutes, 50 seconds left in the football game. Arkadelphia 28, Bauxite 21. You're getting a nice camera view of where the team is on the field right now from our camera, but it is down the way in the ladies' room. We're back courtside here, but up high, so I'm a little farther from the ball than the camera is. But we're going to have a nice view if Bauxite gets closer to the end zone. We're just kind of hoping that doesn't happen as the Badger announcers.
As the Badger announcers, for sure, Dr. Root. We'll have to see a big 4th down. Looks like Bauxite's going to go for it. It'll be Foreman in at quarterback.
He might keep the ball. He is a dangerous runner. He's got blocking backs to the right side.
Very interesting backfield formation.
Yeah. 3 guys in the backfield, all in front of him and to his right as if they're going to block, moving that direction. But let's see if that is a decoy. Here's the snap. He wants to throw the ball. He is looking deep. He's throwing deep, and there's a receiver for the – oh, he dropped it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he turned to run before he had the grip, and it slipped out of his hands. That was going to be a big gain on 4th down. Instead, Arkadelphia takes over. My goodness.
Yeah, Bernie Fox was the intended receiver in there and just looked down the field before he had possession of the ball. He was wide open. There would have been yards after catch. Just a mental lapse there on Fox's part as Arkadelphia will take over now, 1st and 10.
Easy to see why he would be excited because they had some space in front of him. A 4th down deep pass. Just didn't work out, and so Arkadelphia has a golden opportunity, taking over 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line of Bauxite. Nice running play. Whitaker escapes tacklers and goes down near the 30-yard line. Beautiful run and a 1st down.
Yeah, tripped up there by Emory Moore as he cut back across the field, and here come Badgers with the tempo.
Going to spot him down at the 32-yard line. That's still a gain of 13. 1st down and 10 for the Badgers. As we are nearing the other side of the county on this side of the field. Here is a run to the right side. Going to be a gain. He'll make yardage close to the 25. Good gang tackling by the Miners. This is a hard-working Miner football team, but Arkadelphia has an advantage right now, up by 7 and moving the ball in Miner territory. Going to spot the ball just short. We're going to call it the 25-yard line for a gain of 7, so it's 2nd down. Well, we're going to say 6. 2nd down and 4. Got 6 yards to the 26 on 2nd down and 4. It's Whitaker in the backfield. Whitaker gets the ball. He goes right up the middle. He's hit. He'll fall down and get some positive yardage. Not enough for a 1st down. 3rd down coming. I'm waiting for a spot of the football.
That's a Welsh Funeral Home 1st down.
They're going to put the football down at the 27-yard line. I'm sorry, the 22-yard line, 1st down. Run to the right side, Brownlee, and he's got good yardage.
Yeah, Whitaker-Brownlee has been the combination here. Besides that one drive where Moody was the main ball carrier, has this running back by committee is really working for the Badgers.
8:23 left in the game, clock running. Arkadelphia up by 7, 2nd down, 4 yards to go. Badgers want to throw. Pressure on the quarterback. He will fire it. It's complete down near the 10-yard line. It'll be stopped, knocked backwards, so he's not going to be given the 10, but that's a nice gain. Good throw by McCoy. He had to look for a receiver open. His initial receiver not open, but he found a nice receiver. And they're going to spot the ball. And they're going to move quickly. So as I look for the spot, they're going to snap the ball from about the 12. Rolling to his right, McCoy will throw it downfield and incomplete.
And nobody there for McCoy as he looked for his intended target, rolled out to the right.
I thought momentarily he was throwing it to Jason Jones. The athletic director was down there at the goal line. Almost got it to him. That wouldn't have counted, though.
Fourth and very short.
Fourth down. They'll quarterback sneak it. I think he's going to have it. Just depends on the spot. Arkadelphia thinks that he has it. It is. First down. Let's see where they spot it. First down for Arkadelphia. It is first and goal. They're going to spot it. Well, the ball gets away, but I think they're going to put it down right at the 10.
Well, quarterback sneak action there to gain the Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers.
First and goal, ball at the 10-yard line. McCoy at quarterback. And a flag goes down before the snap. Goodness gracious. Tough time for a penalty. But it will be a procedure call against Arkadelphia. So back it up to the 15, first and goal from there. From the 15, Arkadelphia will start over again. They've been penalty-free for quite some time. And that time they made a mistake, and they'll back them up by 5. Scoreboard says 2nd and 6. It is not. It is first and a goal. And they're going to run the ball this time inside the 10 it goes. I think he stopped short of the 5. Let me see if I can put the glasses on the spot here. It's deep on the other side of the field. We are about 85 yards away from there. They're going to spot him at the 6-yard line. That's a good gain on first and goal from the 15. 7:25 left in the contest. Ball at the 6-yard line. He got 9 yards. Second down to goal. Scoreboard says 3rd and 10. It is not. Second and goal. Running play up the middle. It goes inside the 5. They're going to knock him down at the 2-yard line. Another gain, but it's 3rd down and goal.
Good gain there by Whitaker, able to hit the hole and get forward yardage. He's been a great back and a great resource for the Badgers all night.
It is 3rd down. Badgers have 2 more plays to get 2 yards. Whitaker is the running back. Quarterback is McCoy. McCoy gets the snap, hands it to Whitaker. Whitaker sidesteps one defender, falls down. Is he in? Arkadelphia says yes, and the officials do say yes. He just did get in. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. That's a big touchdown.
Yeah, it's a big touchdown. Whitaker, power running again. Absolutely great. Entire offensive possession there for the Badgers, moving the ball down officially, taking some time off the clock, under 7 minutes left to go in the third, and it is fourth, and great offensive possession. Molinari here to kick the extra point.
9-play drive, extra point up, and it is good. Arkadelphia 35, Bauxite 21. 21 straight for Arkadelphia. 21 straight for Bauxite, and now 14 straight for Arkadelphia. It has been a hot and cold night for both teams. 6:47 left in the contest. Arkadelphia leads it by 2 touchdowns now. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
That touchdown drive was 9 plays, 45 yards, and Dalton, it included a conversion of a 4th down.
It did. The conversion of the 4th down was big. It gave the Badgers obviously a fresh set of downs, but kept the momentum going. And you talked about before the break, hot and cold. The Badgers doing hot right now, 14 unanswered points.
Seth Molinari is very good at kicking it deep and high enough to give his team an opportunity for really fine coverage, and he will do that again. But he kicks it away from the return man. It'll bounce inside the 5 and go toward the sideline, but it will go, it goes out of bounds just before it reaches the pylon. So a penalty against Arkadelphia, and good field position will result. It took a left turn when it hit the ground. I know you couldn't see it from back where you are, based on where our camera is in a window in the old gym here. Beautiful old gym. It just took a sideways bounce and went out of bounds before it got to the pylon, so it's a penalty against Arkadelphia, 1st and 10 for Bauxite.
Also, one thing about this gym, it reminds me of Derek's down in South Arkansas. They have one that looks just like this, just super historic, and you almost feel nostalgia right when you walk in the door.
Yeah, I love the football stadium here at Bauxite for that reason. It's got a lot of history. Huge crowd here for Bauxite. Large crowd here from Arkadelphia. It's a great setting for football. Not a great setting to call a game from the window of a gym, but hey, we're making it work. All right, Mr. Foreman at quarterback has some ground to make up. He's back to pass. He's got a good arm, an accurate arm. He makes a pass, and there's a catch to the Arkadelphia 45 to the Arkadelphia 39-yard line. Good pass, good catch, run after the catch, and a big gain out to the 39 of Arkadelphia.
Yeah, that's been the struggle, is keeping up on the back end. The receivers for Bauxite have been able to get open and get yards after the catch.
First down and 10. Bauxite looking to try to score quickly and get within one score. Still a lot of time left. 6:40 to go in the game. Under pressure, the quarterback will run, and he will make a yard or two. He wanted to throw it. Nobody to throw it to, and he still got at least one positive yard out of it. But Arkadelphia closed in quickly.
Arkadelphia front seven able to finally get some pressure there on Foreman, not let his legs get him out of the situation. So big defensive play right there, and Arkadelphia's front seven continues to show.
From the 38-yard line of Arkadelphia, Bauxite has second down, 9 yards to go. Foreman at quarterback has a running back behind him, but he'll block. Back to pass. He wants to throw deep across the middle of the field. He does, and it's intercepted by Arkadelphia, and then the ball got away. Ford thought that he had it, but as he came down, the ball came loose. The receiver did a fine job of trying to battle to keep that from being intercepted. He caught it in midair, but he just couldn't hold on as he hit the ground. The receiver had something to do with it, and now a second receiver who was in the area for Bauxite is still down. I thought that was a fine job by Bryce Bearden to prevent the interception, because Ford actually caught the ball, had it in both hands as he came down, but Bearden was able to separate him from the ball as they both hit the ground. Slow in getting up is Emery Moore. And that is a key if he's going to struggle the rest of the game. It may have been a cramp, but he's limping a bit as he leaves the game. It's third down, 8 yards to go. Third down, 9 yards to go, I'll say, from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, big defensive play right there. Ford go up to get the ball, and even, like you said, a bigger play from Bearden to rip that away to make it an incomplete pass, not an interception.
5:57 left. We're in the fourth quarter. Arkadelphia 35, Bauxite 21. Bauxite's taking some time with the injured player to talk with the coaches about this next offensive play. Key drive for the Miners. That deep pass was well covered by Arkadelphia. Almost an interception by Ford. Ford's all right. He's in the game still at safety. Late, a player comes on for Bauxite. Now he's going to line up as a receiver. Here's a pass play to the flat. He missed his receiver. That was the guy who came in late. Looked like he couldn't make the cut quite in time. The quarterback is down after throwing the football. There is a flag down in the backfield. Goodness gracious, this could be a key call if they have roughed the quarterback. I saw him throw the ball, but I followed the flight of the ball and missed the hit. Of course, Foreman was injured earlier on a running play. Now he's up, seems to be okay, but it is going to be roughing the passer against Arkadelphia. That's going to be a first down and better field position, a key call against the Badgers. Foreman is up, but he does seem to be going to the sideline, so he's going to miss at least a little bit of action. Now he's running to the sideline. He'll be back soon, I think. First down and 10. Major penalty against Arkadelphia. It'll take it down to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, big penalty there on the defense. Just got to stay disciplined there. Combs comes in at quarterback now.
He missed the intended receiver, but after the pass was hit, roughing the penalty was the call. Roughing the passer was the call. And now they're going to set up in good field position to try to get a touchdown closer. Here's the sophomore quarterback Combs missing his receiver. He was hit as he threw the ball, and he is slow in getting up. But he was trying to run and then stopped and threw the ball. He went into the air and then was hit. Fair hit by the Badgers. He'll stay in the game, but he's wobbly at this moment.
Yeah, Malachi Hamilton coming down from the linebacker position and laid the hit there on Combs.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the Arkadelphia 23-yard line. Incomplete pass does stop the clock at 5:15 left in the football game. Bauxite needs 2 touchdowns to catch up. They are struggling right now, but the penalty helped them out. Here is a short pass, a catch, but the screen pass goes nowhere. 2 Badgers got there immediately. Hamilton and Brownlee. Loss on the screen pass. But another flag is down, so let's see what that's going to be. Well, we've got players on both teams a bit upset right now, but both teams really need to play it cool because I tell you what, Arkadelphia is up by 2 touchdowns. They don't want to give anything away here, and Bauxite's trying to catch up. They don't want to lose control either. We're waiting to see what the call might be. Arkadelphia defended the screen beautifully. Catch was made, tackle was made while he was not yet back to the line of scrimmage. Another personal foul, another roughing the passer penalty.
That's 2 on this possession.
Well, it was a screen pass that's often designed to let the rushers in closer to the quarterback, and then you throw the screen. But apparently the hit was made too late, and so the call was made. Ball at the 12-yard line, and it's now 1st down and 10 from there. New life for the Miners. Still 5:09 left, and Arkadelphia wants to have a conversation. Timeout called by the Badgers. They want to settle down the defense a little bit, be aggressive, but let's stop the penalties is what the coaches, I'm sure, are saying right now. So we're going to take a break also. It's Arkadelphia 35, Bauxite 21, 5:09 left in the game. We'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
The ball is spotted between the 11 and 12-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Bauxite. The Miners started this drive at their own 35-yard line. They are now in the red zone thanks to 2 roughing the passer calls against Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia has had a conversation during a timeout. They want to keep the aggression, avoid the penalties, I am sure. 4 receivers in the game, 1 running back. The quarterback, Foreman, rolls out. He's looking at the end zone. Now he wants to run. He's inside the 10. He's hit hard and brought down at the 6-yard line. Big hit by Morris.
And we do have a flag on the play on the far side. See what that one is on. That one is away from the play.
And all right, we went through most of this game with very few penalties, but they have piled up on this drive.
Yeah, Dr. Rothwell said at halftime that Arkadelphia had not been called for a penalty.
And that's going to be against Bauxite this time. It's going to back them up by 5 yards. So the ball now between the 16 and 17-yard line. We'll call it the 16. So from the 16-yard line, it is still 1st down, but now it's 15 yards to go. Mistake by Bauxite, not quite as big as the Arkadelphia mistakes on this drive, but that does help the Badgers. We're under 5 minutes to play at 4:59. 4th quarter action. Arkadelphia 35, Bauxite 21. Foreman rolls out to his right, looks to the end zone, fires it short and incomplete. Got it a little bit too high for his receiver. He got a hand on it but couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, it was Gavin Hildebrand there on the incompletion. That was the intended target. And so a good defensive play there. Pressure from the defensive line forces the ball out of the hand of Foreman early.
2nd and 15 from the 16. Incomplete pass is not taking much time off the clock. Still 4:54 left in the contest. Bauxite in no hurry. They're under 10 seconds on the play clock. They got to score twice. Soon they might have to speed up. Rolling to his right, under pressure is the quarterback. He wants to run now. He'll throw a short pass. There's a catch, but Arkadelphia will make the tackle. A fumble. Arkadelphia, I believe, has it. Let's see if the officials agree. I think Arkadelphia just got a fumble right in front of us. Let's see if the officials call it that way.
See who they...
Waiting for the call. Yes. Arkadelphia has it. Really fine effort to extend the play and get extra yardage by Cole Witherspoon, the senior receiver. But Arkadelphia separated the ball from him and then fell on the football at the 11-yard line. Big turnover. Arkadelphia able to make that play. We know you didn't have a clear view of it because of the light standard in front of our camera. But I tell you what, Arkadelphia did a good job of separating the ball from him as three Badgers converged to make the tackle, and Arkadelphia got the recovery at its own 11.
Big defensive play there from the Badgers. You know, Bauxite driving and getting the stop is big.
That would have been 3rd down and 10 from that spot, but still, the turnover is really important. Arkadelphia wants to run some clock, make some first downs. From the 11-yard line, they're going to pitch it to the right. Here's Whitaker. He's got 5, he's got 6, he's got 8. Good gain on first down.
Whitaker has been the go-to back tonight for the Badgers. Just been moving his legs so well. Forward yardage every down.
2nd and 2, ball at the 19-yard line. Arkadelphia now running the ball and running some clock. Bauxite has 2 timeouts left. But 4:16 left, clock running, and Arkadelphia is in no hurry. They're going to let the play clock run down before they snap the ball. Wise clock work here by Arkadelphia. Bottom of your screen, wide is Maddox Finley. In the slot, now in motion, is Roberts. They're going to give it to Roberts. Roberts looks for a hole. He finds one. He's got a first down, fighting for yardage. They're going to bring him down just short of the 25-yard line.
Welch Funeral Home first down there for Orion Roberts on the pitch play, and that will set up the Badgers at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they spot it right at the 25. That's correct. Top of the screen is Bryce Meekin. And also at the top of the screen for Arkadelphia is Cam Archer. Roberts and Maddox Finley to the bottom of your screen. In the slot is Roberts. He picked up that first down moments ago, and that can let the clock continue to roll. 3:27 left. Handoff. He's hit in the backfield, and Whitaker has nowhere to go this time. Linebacker blitz went right into the running back.
Caden Sprague there on the blitz. He has been alive defensively for the Miners this entire game, coming in from his position and making the tackle in the backfield.
It's a loss of 5, 2nd and 15 for the Badgers. But the clock continues to run, just about to hit 3 minutes. Exactly 3 minutes left in the game. Arkadelphia doesn't have any reason to run the play right now. There's still 12 seconds on the play clock.
Got to get a first down here if they want to continue this drive a second long.
It would mean a lot to come up with another first down, wouldn't it? Back to pass. Long pass. He's got an open receiver. That's Roberts to the 50. He's to the 30. Roberts to the 20. He's going to go to the 10. Orion Roberts to the end zone, and Arkadelphia has just iced this game with a long touchdown pass of 80 yards. I know that you had a hard time seeing that from the camera angle that we have. But from the window down the hallway where I am, I got a nice view of a beautiful pass, beautiful catch, wide open receiver, and then he outran everybody to the end zone as Roberts tends to do. So Arkadelphia leads it by 20. They'll make it 21 with the extra point coming by Seth Molinari.
Great offense there by the Badgers to get that wide open receiver, pitch and catch at that point from McCoy to Roberts as Molinari continues to extend this lead 42-21.
2 minutes, 35 seconds left in the contest. Arkadelphia does lead it 42-21, and we'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!"
That play was a touchdown of 80 yards. The drive was 89 yards and 4 plays. And Arkadelphia comes up with a long touchdown to stretch its lead to 42-21. Arkadelphia 21 straight. Bauxite 21 straight. And now Arkadelphia 21 straight.
A game of swings, most definitely. You know, you talk about momentum. First quarter, here come the Badgers, 21-0. Second quarter, here come the Miners. Second half, here comes the Badgers again as they find themselves with a pretty big lead with just over 2 minutes left to go in this contest.
Arkadelphia is set for the kick. What a great call that was. Good pass from McCoy. Touchdown after the catch of the long pass by Roberts. And a big hit on the kickoff return. He'll make it out to the 23-yard line. They might make it the 24. More. Oh, flags go down. Goodness gracious, that was well away from the tackle. And let's see what it is. 2 officials called the flag. Moore was hit hard, but was not angry about it. It wasn't the result of the tackle, but we saw 2 Badgers and a Miner come together. And it may be that a Bauxite player hit the kicker. Took him to the ground at the end of the play. We'll see. Molinari's okay. He's up and walked off the field. He's made tackles before. He's a tough guy. But you don't want to see anybody go after your kicker at the end of a play. Well, let's see what this is going to be. If it's a penalty against Bauxite, they're going to have a lot of field in front of them to try to pick up a touchdown. Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. It is against the Miners, personal foul. So they're going to back them up. And we'll see if we can spot. Might be a little far away for you to see. I can lean my head out the window and see if I can tell where they spot the ball. Scoreboard doesn't give us that information. They're going to spot the ball at the 12-yard line. From the 12-yard line, first down and 10 for Bauxite. This is the sophomore quarterback Combs in. He wants to throw. He'll fire the ball to the sideline and miss his intended receiver. He was under pressure the entire time.
Great pressure there by the Arkadelphia defense, just continuing that front seven to be relentless. We knew that they would be relentless coming into this game, and they have been able to apply pressure throughout the game.
Bauxite's not going to run the ball and just run out the clock, even though they're down by 21. They're going to let this sophomore throw the ball. They got a good quarterback in Foreman now after the injury earlier in the season to their starting quarterback. Foreman's done a fine job tonight. The sophomore has made a couple of good passes and has played some tonight, and he will throw the ball here. Looking across downfield. Oh, that's a nice pass for a nice gain out to the 35. Threw it down the sideline. Don't know if you're able to see that at all from that spot. Got a good view of it. That's good. It was a fine pass by the sophomore, a catch, but the Arkadelphia defense was there to keep it from being a huge play. It is a first down, though. They're going to spot it out at the 36-yard line. Gain of 24, first down and 10. 2:16 left in the game. Arkadelphia 42, Bauxite 21, but it was a more difficult fight than that score might lead you to believe. And Bauxite is not going to give it up yet. Sam Combs is the quarterback. We might see him for the next 2 years, sophomore quarterback. Got a low snap. He'll roll to his left. He's hit and dropped. There is a sack by Mr. Williams.
Xavion coming from his defensive end spot there. Battling Goodwin. Who wins that one? He makes the sack. That's a big sack with just over 2 minutes left to go in this game.
And the clock will continue to run. 2:01, 2 minutes, and we're under 2 minutes left in the contest. Bauxite doesn't seem to be in a big hurry to start this play. The tackle was back at the 28-yard line for a loss of 8. Combs wants to throw. He's got a deep receiver, but he'll throw it short, and there's no one there. Incomplete. Under pressure again.
More relentless pressure from the Badger defense. They have been able to bring pressure, and it has worked as they find themselves in a lead.
Third down, 18 yards to go for Bauxite. Players lining up. A pad got away. Now the officials are going to say, give us a minute, but Williams picks it up, and he's got an arm. He threw that all the way to the cheerleaders at about the 20-yard line and out of bounds. Good job by Mr. Williams, but still the timeout is called on the field. So 1:41 left before this game will go into the history books, and what a game it has been. Once again, 21 straight points first quarter by Arkadelphia. Then in the second and third quarters, 21 points straight for Bauxite to tie the game, and since then, 21 straight by Arkadelphia. And the Badgers have a 3-touchdown lead with 1:41 left. We'll be back with the conclusion of the game after this. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone Ltd. says go Badgers.
Third down, 18 yards to go. Ball at the 28-yard line. Bauxite will set up. They're looking a little bit dejected. Having tied the game in the second half, Arkadelphia took control after that and lead it by 21. Low snap, some time to throw. Now he's running out of time, and they're going to sack him again back at the 27-yard line. He fought hard, but the sophomore had nowhere to go.
More relentless pressure. I sound like a broken record, but definitely on this drive, the Badgers have been able to get home. That's one thing that they struggled with last week and for the first half and start of the second half of this game is we would have pressure but not be able to get home, and that's one thing that they've been able to do on this drive as it is 4th and a mile for the Miners.
They're going to punt the ball away from their own 28-yard line. Arkadelphia will send some men deep, mainly to just guard against the fake here. They're probably not too concerned with catching it if it is a long kick, but they're in position to stop it if it's a short one. The kick is underway. It's going to go above the receivers. They're going to get away from the ball and let it bounce, and it takes a huge Bauxite bounce. It's going to be good for his average. Inside the 30, inside the 25. It'll go all the way down to the 22-yard line. Arkadelphia will take over at that spot with only 40 seconds left. They're going to go to victory formation, I would suspect, and this is going to turn into a big, big win for Arkadelphia.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Doctor. A big, big win for Arkadelphia, responding from last week and being able to solidify the offense. You know, you saw in the first quarter 21-0, and then the defense struggled a little bit, gives up 21 points. Offense not so prolific within the second and third quarter, and then they come out when they need to come out, make the plays they need, and McCoy, I thought, responded really well from his performance last week with his performance this week.
Well, we've talked about it a few times. We're in two separate windows, our camera and our announcers, from a large old gym next to the stadium, but we're so glad to be here. So we say thank you to the Bauxite Public Schools for giving us a nice high perch. Even though we've had an obstructed view at times, we've been able to call the game and give it to you on video and on audio, so we're glad for that. Appreciate the friends at Bauxite for that opportunity. And yet we're some distance and some complicated distance from the field, so we're not going to have an interview after the game with Coach Shucker. I think they're going to be happy to talk as a team, to talk as friends. We're seeing some real good respect between the two teams now at the end of the game with 9 seconds left and the clock running. And Arkadelphia will have a key victory to go to 1-1 in the conference. And they have played two really strong teams in the conference, so now they hope to get really on a roll. Dalton, this could be the start of something big for the Badgers.
It really could. You know, you stumble week 1 in conference, and then you have such a game in week 2. Week 2 at conference, and this could turn out to be something big for the Badgers. If they could get on a roll, you get on a roll at the right time, you have the key components that the Badgers have, this could turn into a snowball effect.
So Arkadelphia has the victory. The final score is the Badgers 42 and the Bauxite Miners 21. Bauxite goes to 1-1 in conference. Arkadelphia goes to 1-1 in conference. And the Badgers have recovered from a heartbreaking loss. We won't even really talk about that game that much anymore. We're just going to talk about the fact that the Badgers are starting to really look like the Badgers and playing some good football.
Yeah, Badgers looking like Badgers. That's a good way to put it, Dr. Root. They're coming into their own. We saw a lot of offensive production, and it came in a very unformatted way I would put it. You look at a Badger team last year, always threw the ball, and I feel like they tried to do that in the first 3 games. They really tried to throw the ball. Now, we did have some success throwing the ball tonight here at Bauxite, but Caden Whitaker, what a game for that gentleman, pounding the rock. I mean, offensive line, great showing. Grant Rollins leads that offensive line and just able to move, get a push. Whitaker keep his feet moving when he needs to keep his feet moving and get yards after contact. So great game. Mario Brownlee had some carries. Moody only had a couple carries tonight. Whitaker, majority of the carries, and just a running back by committee that just really ran well.
Well, I tell you what, this is your first game doing the full color commentary and working with me throughout the game. I know folks might be a bit surprised that you know so much about the Badgers, but you've done some sideline reporting for us. You are into all of high school football, so stick around. We want you to be involved in the postgame show. Chris Babb's going to be here for the postgame show also, and Jim Rothwell. Now, Jim, we got to tell you, has been working in a very unique situation, doing a lot of this not with his computer as usually, but by doing it by hand as he's sitting in the bleachers of the basketball stadium right behind us. But we want to say once again, we're so pleased to have been able to be here. And Aubrey Hahn, what a great job she has done on camera tonight. Just a super job. Really had to be creative, really had to be careful because it was an unusual perch we had there in the ladies' room of the gym. But we're glad that we're able to shoot through that window and give you some video and stick our heads out this window and be able to see the game ourselves. So stay tuned for the Blend Real Estate postgame show. Now, our buddy in California who is the sponsor of this, Kerry Garnett, the state champion quarterback from 1979, he is unable to watch a lot of our programming this year because he is calling games out in California for some of the larger high schools, better high school football teams in the nation. So he's back on the air, and we're glad for him for that. But we're also glad that he's a sponsor, and Blend Real Estate is a sponsor for our postgame show every week. So we're going to take a break. We're going to go to the postgame show. You know we got a lot for you. We got stats coming from Jim if his pencil doesn't run dry. We've got an opportunity for Chris Babb to talk about players of the game. We got an opportunity to talk about a hit of the game. All kinds of good things coming your way here in the postgame show. So stay tuned. Once again, the final score was Arkadelphia 42 and Bauxite 21. Blend Real Estate postgame show coming your way next. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 Exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
You belong at Patterson Federal Credit Union. No matter your financial needs, Patterson has products to help. We offer all types of accounts, loans, certificates, and financial counseling. Patterson is also a strong supporter of the Arkadelphia School District. We provide food for students in need, have donated funds for additional security measures, and can always be counted on when a need arises for students and staff. Serving Clark County for over 67 years, we pride ourselves on providing the highest quality service to our members and our community. Join us soon. You belong here.
Welcome back to the pit. Bauxite High School. The final score, Arkadelphia 42, Bauxite 41. This is the Blend Luxury Real Estate postgame show. Chris Babb here with Jeff Root as the Badgers move to 1-1 in conference play. 4-1 overall with the 42-21 victory over the Bauxite Miners. It was the tale of, I don't know, 3 period. We can't say 3 halves because it's just a game of runs. 21-0 run for the Badgers. Bauxite responds with 21. The Badgers respond to that response with 21, and it was just a game of momentum. And Arkadelphia, thankfully for the Badgers, had the momentum at the right time of the game.
Chris, we were kind of saying, I wonder how good Bauxite actually is because they don't have a history of playing well or defeating Arkadelphia, and yet they have played well in their non-conference schedule, and then, of course, the win last week to go to 1-0 in the conference. And everybody has said this team is getting better and better as the years go by. I believe that. They played very well tonight. To be down to Arkadelphia by 21 at the end of the first quarter, a team that you haven't beaten, and then to score 21 straight against Arkadelphia shows that Bauxite has not only some talent, but some real character. Then Arkadelphia's character kicked in. They got the next 21.
Right. You go back to plays. Arkadelphia had a chance. You have the fumble into the end zone. Bauxite converts on that. We said when it was 21-7 or whatever score it was at halftime that, Bauxite sitting there, hey, we gave them a touchdown with a fumble on the 1 yard line. And so they were in there. But both teams showed some moxie to kind of respond to the other team's response. The Badgers just came at the time when they needed it. Jeff, we've got a few things we need to take care of. The Trinity Temple Assembly of God players of the game. Sorry, I got distracted out there in the window. The Sexton Firm big play of the game, and the Scott Bird DDS smash mouth hit of the game. And Jim Rothwell furiously, I think there's smoke coming out of that pen. He did go find an abacus in one of the closets in this gym, and so he will bring us the Sexton Firm stat recap. So let's go. Players of the game, Trinity Temple Assembly of God players of the game. First on the offensive end. My first thought would be Caden Whitaker. Whitaker, I don't know how many yards rushing he had. Jim will give us that in a few minutes, but he had some really strong runs, and I think he was called on more so tonight than we've seen throughout the season.
He really had some critical runs when Arkadelphia had to have a good run, make a first down, made a few big runs as well. So he came in very, very handy when Arkadelphia needed a running game. They got some good runs from Moody, but the fumble after that, Whitaker got more carries. We saw some Brownlee at running back. He made a couple of good runs too, but they very much need him on defense as well. Whitaker really solidified that position with key runs at key times and did make some big runs that helped them put drives together for touchdowns, including a touchdown of his own.
That's right. And he had some tough runs, yards after contact. The offensive line, we saw a few plays. Grant Rollins, a pulling guard, going out to the left side, going out to the right side. A few plays. The offensive line did a nice job of run blocking tonight. When McCoy was back to pass, he didn't have as much pressure as he's had in the previous 3 or 4 games. And so, but I thought Caden Whitaker, using his offensive line, really had did a good job of making yards after contact, but also making the first guy miss. So I would go with Caden Whitaker for
I would
offense.
too. Let's say that Caden Whitaker is our offensive player of the game. Who do you like for defense?
Yeah, Trinity Temple Assembly of God. Thank Pastor Rick Mays and his church for sponsoring this. Defense, we've said Xavier Williams, I think, almost every week, and which you can. But tonight, I really thought Malachi Hamilton and Q Morris, two of those senior captains on that defense from the linebacker position, really stepped up and had some big plays in big times when they needed it. Arkadelphia has seen the last 2 weeks quarterbacks be able to make the first person miss and get into that second level of the defense and make big plays. The freshman tonight for Bauxite did that as well. And so, but I would have to go when they needed plays. You saw a lot of Skylar McClure. You saw Xavier Williams, the same players that we hear names. But almost go with those two linebacker senior captains in Q Morris and Malachi Hamilton. Coach Shucker, I know you've used those guys as kind of two of the biggest leaders on that team. And in a time when you needed a victory, you got one.
Bauxite's a more physical team than they had been in the past. I thought they really played a physical game at the line of scrimmage, so you got to play a physical game against that. And I think teams know that they're going to have a chance against Arkadelphia. They've really got to present themselves in a very physical way because Arkadelphia can play a physical game of football. I thought they competed well, but that defense for Arkadelphia really also competed very well. There were some pass plays that were open, but tackles were made immediately. There weren't long touchdowns. There were some plays against Arkadelphia where we thought they were going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage, but these were shifty running backs, really moved well, quarterback moved well, and Foreman, and they were able to get some yardage. And those 3 touchdowns to tie the game, you kind of wondered if they had the number of the defense, but then suddenly no more points the rest of the game for Bauxite as the defense really bounced back and, again, made physical hits that over a period of time I think made a difference.
Right, I think so. So offensive player of the game, Trinity Temple Assembly of God offensive player of the game, Caden Whitaker, and defensive players of the game, Malachi Hamilton and Q Morris. We go to the Sexton Firm big play of the game, and tonight of all nights, it was difficult for me to kind of think of a few big plays because in running back and forth, up and down, I was doing line drills in here, Jeff. We're in the gym. I felt like I was doing line drills or gassers, trying to get back and forth to the camera a little bit. But there was a place in there where Arkadelphia went up by 2 scores, and I think that touchdown that made it 35-21 to get the 2-possession lead. You have some of the plays there that there might be one in that drive, but I think the play of the game has to be on one of those plays that led to that touchdown to give Arkadelphia a 2-touchdown cushion in the fourth quarter.
You know, I said that Whitaker had a touchdown. Actually had 2. The last 2 touchdowns, both Whitaker late in the game. And on the drive that put them up by 1 touchdown, that was a 5-play, 40-yard drive, and that was after a short punt. They were able to come through on that drive in part because of Whitaker in a 20-yard run and then a 1-yard run for a touchdown. But in the last drive to really put the game away, what you're talking about, he also had a big drive, a nice run all the way down to the 11-yard line, and then the touchdown run from 2 yards out. So Whitaker, multiple plays you could choose as the play of the game, as he was able to run behind that offensive line, the blocking wide receivers, and score running touchdowns, the last 2 scores for Arkadelphia.
Yeah, in some games you're going to have one play that you look and say that was where the turning point came. You go back to the Hot Springs game, it was the 4th and 1 stop, you get a play. But, you know, this one, it may have been a compilation of plays as well.
Let me correct myself. It's not the last 2 touchdowns because Roberts had the last touchdown on long pass, but it was the 2 touchdowns that really put the game away, a 2-touchdown lead late in the fourth quarter.
In this game, we'll go with Whitaker. You know, I would be interested to see. You know, we have not had the big ball from McCoy to a receiver. We've had one last week when the receiver fell down. We had the one to Bryce Meekin when things broke down. This was the first time that we've really seen McCoy. Our camera angle stayed on McCoy in the line of scrimmage the whole time. You didn't see Roberts make the catch or be able to see him score. But McCoy was able to get his feet set. He didn't have pressure. He hit Roberts in stride, and Roberts did his thing. For the future, we may come back and look at that play that kind of bust the bubble of the offense. We'll see. We don't know that for sure, but regardless, that could be a big play. But I like the Whitaker too.
Meekin played some quarterback, looked very good, but when he's playing receiver and McCoy can throw to him, that just gives Arkadelphia one more weapon at receiver. And so that, I think, was a factor also. As we said last year, the same is true this year. You got a quarterback who can throw the ball very well. You got multiple receivers for him to throw to, and you got good running backs in the backfield. It's hard for a defense to cover all of those.
Right, absolutely, and they need those weapons to develop over the next 5-6 games to get into to get later in the season into postseason. The Scott Bird DDS smash mouth hit of the game. We weren't able to replay any of these big hits, but Malachi Hamilton had 2 big hits. And so I believe I'm going to go with Malachi Hamilton for our Scott Bird DDS smash mouth hit of the game. We'll try to find that big play, scrub through our recording that we were able to do on our computer. Obviously didn't have replays, but we still will be able to find the recording, try to find that hit. But our thanks to Scott Bird DDS for recognizing a player for a big hit, and he will get a certificate for a smash burger, compliments of Slim and Shorty. So congratulations, Malachi Hamilton. We bring Jim Rothwell in for our Sexton Firm stat recap and game summary. Jim, your abacus has stopped smoking over there, and your pen is out of ink. So
I think so.
I guess it's time to give us some numbers.
Let's talk about Bauxite first. Between the 2 quarterbacks, they were 12 out of 26 for 207 yards. Several big plays there. But the pressure, I think, at the end made a difference getting to them. You could tell that they weren't quite as accurate. They were rushing passes and things like that. But Combs was very effective there. And as with Foreman, really the combination with Foreman being able to run and throw, I think was real effective. Combs, you saw several sacks. I think one was an 8-yard, 9. Some of it was because he was having to throw there at the end, but he just didn't seem to have the mobility that Foreman did, and so that was effective. The rushing, other than Foreman, Arkadelphia really did a good job with all the Bauxite runners. No one else really was effective. Foreman ended up with 15 carries for 76 yards, and of course there were a few lost plays in there as well. Cole did a good job early. He had 10 carries for a total of 44 yards. We did not see him much in the second half. I think I only had him for 1 carry in the second half. We saw Banks and Moore quite a bit more in the second half. Banks ended up with 3 carries for 23 yards. Moore had 5 carries for just 10 yards. He had a couple of minus plays there, and they were short yardage plays. So as far as the front 4 or 7 of Arkadelphia, they did a great job against the running game.
Running numbers for Arkadelphia had to be good. I believe Caden Whitaker was the leading rusher tonight.
Yeah, Whitaker ended up with, let's see, I had to get another section for him.
I bet.
25 carries for 111 yards.
Yep.
And the TDs there. Moody, I don't think he played in the second half.
No.
He had 3 carries for 49 yards there in the first half, so a good job while he was in. Roberts had some big runs as well, 3 carries for a total of 31 yards. The McCoy had 2 carries for 9. Archer had 1 carry for 9. Brownlee was very effective, particularly in the short yardage down close to the goal. He was 7 carries for 43 yards. So Brownlee and Whitaker tonight were the keys to the running game. Passing, for mainly it would be McCoy. We did see Meekin early a little bit, but ended up that they were, let's see, didn't throw quite as much tonight. 20, I think they were not. Maybe 19 out of 26 or something, or not 13 out of 26. It was right at 50%. A little over a couple of 100 yards there. I've got the totals on another page that I was looking at. Spreading it around, Roberts again had a big night, several catches, but the big one for the touchdown there at the end. And then Archer had several catches as well. Finley came through in clutch with 2 big catches as well. Meekin had a couple of catches. He's very effective on some short yardage there. Again, spreading that ball around, we had Archer had catches, Finley had catches, Roberts, Whitaker, Meekin had catches. Seemed like I think that was it, but still quite a few different receivers catching the ball, which is what Arkadelphia, when they do that and spread it around, it makes it hard for the other teams defensively to cover everyone.
That's right. Jim Rothwell, thank you for that Sexton Firm stat recap. We will shift the headset over to Jeff Root, and he will come give us our sign-off and wrap it up for the night. Jeff, the Badgers get in the win column in Conference 1-1, head back home for homecoming next week against Fountain Lake.
Going to be a lot of fun. Homecoming, always a great event, and Arkadelphia tends to play well at homecoming. So we look forward to going home, having a little bit more conventional place to call from. But we really enjoyed this tonight. It was a challenge. It was an adventure. We had a good time. And here on the top bleachers of the gym, we were able to see the game and give it to you. All right, so the final score, once again, Arkadelphia 42-21 for Bauxite. Arkadelphia moves to 1-1 in conference play. Bauxite, the very same 1-1 record in conference play. I want to say thank you to Dalton Reed for his good work on color commentary tonight. Thank you to Aubrey Hahn for all the video that she was able to bring us through a window down the hall. I want to say thank you to Jim Rothwell, of course, on statistics. And also we want to say thank you to, okay, we're moving the camera so we can all see where we are. This is great. I want to say thank you to Chris Babb, who is our captain and giving you a little extra video right now. This is Jeff Root. Good night, everybody. Arkadelphia wins it 42-21. And Mary Kate, Papa's on his way home.